Who wants to recap what happened last time we played?
OD.
Oh, blimey.
OD's job.
It doesn't have to be OD. It could be somebody else, Tom.
No,
he already said it.
no, I'm pretty
Like
sure
Tom.
that's his job.
Like Tom did. Let's think now. So we found our way up the tree. That was the start, wasn't it? Yes. And then a load of goblins found their way up there and started attacking us. And we fought the goblins. There was like, I think there was like another goblin hexer in there. There was like a skull cleaver, one of those. And it was fairly challenging fight. You know, the humans up there helped out here and there. And we were like, cool, I think we've got this. Everything's fine. We'll just lead them back to where we're going and we will be the heroes. And then all of a sudden we heard some kind of terrible chanting noise. And I think like 8 or so goblins turn up on the back of, what is it called now? Like the Doom something spider. I can't remember its exact name, but it was kind of crazy. This crazy, I think it's 30-foot tall giant spider ridden by goblins, goblin archers, and I think another like a hexer or a shaman or something like that with them as well. And so we're obviously thinking, oh, this is going to be tough. And the rounds go by, and then the archers actually go, and they all fire like 8 arrows at a time. I think it takes out, might have damaged a few of the humans pretty badly. And so Co's like, I've got an idea. And he does some crazy jumping move and lands on top of the spider and just starts taking out the goblins up there, which I think was a bit of a game changer for us, if I remember rightly. So sort of like we took out a big part of what was going to be damaging us. Then Vanasaur did some nutty move where I jumped down off the ledge, managed to get in front of the spider, rolled a 20 on my Drake's, what is it called, Rage, and that meant that I got crit on 3 of my dice, so I rolled I think 50 damage on one hit. And then so the fight just continues. Everyone's like really, by then most of the goblins, I think Anna and Justice's characters kind of finished off the goblins. Anna might found her way on top of the spider as well. Finished off the goblins, and that kind of meant we could all focus on taking down the spider. Vanasaur went down because he was just standing by it, just punching away and hacking away. And yeah, we did it. There's one little bit I kind of missed out after we killed the goblins and before the giant spider turned up. Some lovely fairies arrived and told me and Zoga what wonderful characters we were. And of course, Zoga, even though we could hear maybe a slight warning in our ears from Levelis, we did decide to drink the mead or whatever it is, or the wine they gave us, which means I think we're under like a curse almost. We didn't want to, but I think we broke the curse once we beat the.
Once you died, it was once you died. It was once you fell unconscious.
There we go. Cool.
There were other ways. There were other ways to stop it, but
still...
I think Zoga went down at one point.
Zoga and Vanasaur both went down.
Yeah.
The ending of that fight was really rather eventful.
Yes.
What had happened was
it was
like
a lot was happening.
Ko had gone Nova, just like climbed the spider, scrambled up it, and like in one blow knocked like 5 of the goblins off of it to their doom. Orin took a running leap and jumped on top of it, started attacking the other goblins and the hex hurler, and then Vanasaur went Nova, did 50 damage on it, and then I tried to go Nova.
That's right. Yes, well remembered.
And whiffed like twice in a row, but I was able to successfully goad the spider into attacking me and leaving itself open. And I believe it was Ko who managed to deliver the final blow. Maybe it was
the Ko blow.
I can't remember.
I think it was okay.
Yeah, one of them smashed the spider into pulp, and it exploded with little tiny baby poison spiders.
Try to block that bit from my mind. Yeah.
That was after it. That was after it bit you and poisoned you, Tom.
Real.
Yeah,
I have seen that happen in real life.
Yeah. The attack that I goaded from it, like, restrained and poisoned me, and then the whole spider just blew up in my face. Rain of poison spiders just, like, knocks me out. But we did it.
Yep, you guys are heroes. The people are hugely relieved that they're going to get to go home now. You can tell in the faces and the body language of these townsfolk that some of them feel a certain sense of defeat because they were trying to get through this forest and escape the doom of Dalrath, and they failed. And now they have to turn around and go back to where they were from. But no one is complaining or balking at it. And they begin packing up all their stuff and getting the winches and pulleys ready to lower the carts and the horses and the oxen down.
But hang on a second. I thought we were taking them to where they were. I thought we were going to guide them the rest of the way.
That's not what I understood, but it's up to you folks.
Yeah,
I thought we were gonna Oregon Trail them back.
Yeah, we were going to take them back to
where they belong.
Which I think that choice was made because we're meant to bring what's-her-face alive back to whatever.
What's her name? Satani?
Satati.
Satati is the name of the priest. Demelza is the name of the acolyte whom you have found. Demelza's in here somewhere. Here's Demelza.
So let's get
Needs her back.
Demelza was great in the last battle. I just need to highlight that she was no slouch.
Yeah, let's get Demelza back. I think that's what we agreed on at the end of last session.
I think so. Good luck, Colville.
What do I have to do?
I wasn't sure because it sounded like maybe that was like maybe there was a confusion about what we were supposed to do, so I wasn't sure if like you had still prepared.
No, I'm you guys are, listen, it's going to be weeks before you guys get out of this forest no matter what direction you go. So I don't really have to worry about.
Let's run.
I was just couldn't remember what like the specific mission brief was. I can't remember if we were supposed to bring her back or like help her get to the town on the other side of the forest.
Well, I
think she wanted. Oh, go on.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I thought she wanted her back. Like she'd been gone too long.
Okay.
And she was meant to come back anyway at some point.
Like Tom can't remember.
Yeah. I think there was like before the fight, there was like some disagreement in the group of like, some people wanted to go this way, some people wanted to go that way, it seemed like. But then after the fight, like, I think at this point we were like, well, you're coming with us and we're bringing you back here.
That is correct. Yeah, there was going to be a big argument and then there was a fight. And after they saw the fucking Goal war leader and the Barrowman, the Barrowman monk and Sir Vanazor, one of Good King Omen's Dragon Knights, just go fucking Nova. They're like, actually, you know what? We're just going to go wherever you tell us to. But the fact that they have agreed to go with you, right, and they're packing all their stuff up, doesn't stop the fact that from the point of view of many of the people in this group, many of these humans left, they failed. They're going back to a place that is slowly being sieged by all sorts of creatures from the Woad.
I'm going to kind of pitch the question to the group, like these people were trying to get out of Dalrath, which, as a Goal war leader, like that place kind of sucks. So I'm kind of inclined to sympathize with them if they're trying to.
Demelza wants to know what you're talking about.
God knows he.
I'm just gonna straight up ask her. I'm gonna ask her straight up, like if she wants to go back or if she wants to complete her quest.
She looks at the people as they coordinate their activities and they work together to try to get all their carts and everything. Everything is too big to fit down. And you see them all like, it's kind of like that scene from Witness, which I'm sure all of you have seen, where the Amish folk build a barn. It's really inspiring to see all these people working together. And And she says, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure they were safe.
That go?
What?
How did that go? Making sure that they were safe. Did that go well?
Well, they're safer than they would have been if I had abandoned them.
That's fair. Why did you come here? Did you come here with them, or did you
No.
go on your own and they were here?
No, I knew they were planning on leaving. They had been talking about it. I had tried to talk them out of it. I thought they would be safer under the protection of the Lord of Dalrath, but he seems to be busy.
Oh wait,
And
you want to go back to Dalrath?
She kind of like her head, she moves her head, she shakes her head back and forth like she's weighing a bunch of options. And she said, you know, I think of these people as being my charge. I sort of adopted them, and I would go to their town and I would visit them once a week to make sure they were taken care of. Satati, the priestess, supported this. And I thought when I saw that they had gone, I knew what they had done, and I just went after them. I didn't really think about it. I never really thought about whether they should come back or whether they should go on. I guess I thought that should be up to them.
What do you want, Tamelza?
I want these people to be safe.
Well, what's the point of safety if you're not free? If you can't live your life the way you want to.
These people are free, and they'll go. She glances at Sir Vanazor. They'll go wherever you say is best. Where do you think is best?
Well, I've voiced my opinion on the matter of Dalrath, but I think it's up to them.
Yeah, the main thing is like once we're out of the forest and we've gotten them out along with you, we, just for Zatati's sake, we do want to bring you back with us so that way you can check in and she can make sure that you're all right. But I don't see any reason why she'd prevent you from being able to go back out and rejoin them, especially to watch over them and provide your counsel and also spread the good word of your god.
I don't know what the right thing to do is. Go ahead.
Is she saying that? Sorry, I couldn't tell for a second if that was you, Matt, or if that was...
I know exactly what the right thing to do is, but I'm not going to tell you.
Petition your god.
If this group turns back, then all those people that you have lost, their sacrifice will be in vain.
Sacrifice?
She says,
this is your,
You speak wisdom. Though you are a barbarian.
Hell yeah.
I
know what I am, and I know what I would do.
I think that for these people, she says, turning back wouldn't just be failure. It would be going back to homes that would now be empty because so many have died just getting here. We lost 11 people so far. Every family of the 5 families that left, every one has buried their dead. And in fact, a bunch of them are gathered around why are you guys laughing at?
Yeah, we're aware.
I mean, we're all just very aware that they maybe didn't stay buried.
Just our hands, my hands are kind of like behind me.
That's right.
My toes digging into the ground while I look away.
Received cremation. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
They are at rest.
So how buried were they? Would you say? Sorry. Go ahead.
Not deep enough, surely.
You dig shallow graves.
A bit lazy.
How capable do these people look? Like, if they were to go alone, like, what are their chances of survival?
What do you think, Justice?
I think probably not good because I remember that round that I delayed and a bunch of people died.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. You guys left out. OD left out a critical part of the battle recap, which was like 2 or 3 heroes said, "Let's just sit here and see what happens." And the goblins went and kill the person.
That felt so wrong.
I feel bad of it.
It was just one though, considering the fact that we did wait and only one perished. It could have gone a lot worse.
When we took this mission from Satati, did we say? I can't remember what we said. Did we say we would come back? We'd find her, Demelza, right? Because if we did, Vanasaur is kind of noble, right? So he would want to go and complete that quest. At least let Satati know that Demelza is safe. So yeah, Vanasaur is kind of petitioning for going back.
Yeah, because the only alternative we have is if Demelza is really staunch about not returning with us, the only thing we'd be able to do is maybe bring back something from her that she can use to, like, indicate to Zatati that she is okay, and then we can relay the decision that she made, but...
Demelza says, I don't think these people could face going to their old homes with empty rooms. If we don't press on, if they don't go forward and make progress, then all of these deaths will be for nothing. And Satati is my mistress. She sent you to make sure that I was safe. She was worried for me, and as you can see, I'm fine.
Well, I don't think any of us have any particular attachment to Dalrath, so where is it that they were trying to go? Anything in particular? Because I'm assuming it's probably not hanging out here in the woods forever.
Bedegar.
There's a town. Yeah.
Bedegar.
Does Bedegar have somebody who can help her get in touch with Zatati?
Probably. Wizards.
Sweet.
Bards.
Does Zatati have a diplomacy pouch so she can send us some money?
Satati does not have a... First of all, money doesn't go through diplomacy pouches.
Yes, they do. It's paper.
No. It has to be you could write a note on it.
Only in capital.
Yeah, they don't have... money is not paper here in the... Only in capital is money paper.
They can write us a cashier's check.
Yeah, we'll
give
take
us deeds. A land deed.
Yes, deeds, please.
But no, she does not have a... Satati probably has ways of scrying and determining at least the general welfare of Demelza, which is how she knew that Demelza was alive. But the fact that she was gone for so long meant she was in trouble.
Okay. Well, in that case, like, maybe we just help, like, we make everybody happy. Like, I don't think any of us have any real reason to go back to Dalrath unless I'm forgetting something.
No, if she's, if Demelza is saying that these people don't really want to go back, and I guess if we're good with Tatati kind of hanging on for a bit, then we could just press on to where we're going, Benegar.
Yeah. As far as Tatati knows, like, we're dead. Unless she's been scrying on us. Which, in case, weird. But, like, anyway, so let's... I guess we can go through and get over to Bedegar.
Yeah, let's do it. Rah!
To
Bedegar!
Before we leave the magic tree, can I just wanna make some little knowledge checks or whatever. I just want to see what's up with the magic tree, and whether it has anything to do with what the Shambling Mount is trying to communicate in an earlier session. Just because,
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, what are you trying to find out exactly?
Specifically, I want to know if this tree has any role to play in the, like, cursedness of the forest. In the you know how the Shambling Mound was like half in shadow, half in light? That sort of a business.
Right. Okay. Well, sure. Go ahead and make a check. Make a skill check. Whatever skill you think is appropriate for this.
You gotta ask knock.
I don't know.
On the tree.
Okay. I don't know.
And don't forget to roll into your dice tower.
Insight, maybe.
Let's take a look. Oh.
There's no.
Oh, I don't know why I was trying to do that. I can just do this. Skills in it.
Skills.
Probably nature. You're trying to talk to a tree.
Nature? Great. I love making nature checks. All right. Okay. And... It's scary making checks in the dice tower. I'm just saying, I have a vested interest in making sure this forest gets less cursed. Oh, great. Okay, well, I mean, that's nice. All right. Something's wrong with the forest, but I'm gonna have to look elsewhere if I'm gonna try and stop it. Look, no, I'm so like invested in protecting this tree, but it's gonna be like such a thing.
If we
You could.
You know the never-ending story, how the nothing like sweeps it, and just the ivory tower is left.
Yes.
That's kind of what's happening in the forest. As like, I don't know, the nothing is not the nothing, but like,
is it something?
There's the darkness. It's growing. The tree is currently fine, but won't be forever.
It will taint everything.
And I need the tree to be okay forever. So.
Oh, is that what you're trying to do with the shrine?
The shrine is just I just feel like I have respect for this place, all right? This is a sacred place. And I'm just respecting that. This is like a pilgrimage. I did an accidental pilgrimage. So I'm saying my prayers at the end. It's not like a literal like D&D mechanic ritual. It's just like, you know, build a little thing.
So this young girl, Anne, is having a whole conversation here with Ko.
All right.
And asks, okay, here we go.
I love this interaction with Ko going on at the same time.
I'm just like reading over it now.
She's like, her eyes get really big. Her eyes get really big, and she's like, yes, I would. And she like makes grabby, reachy hands.
Roll damage.
Yeah, and it like, it's.
And they're giving down. One less mouth to feed.
And is crushed.
I assume Ko does not just drop this giant stone club on this girl.
No, I think Ko would keep one like finger on it so that the little girl feels like she's actually holding it.
It's even that it's so big. She has a hard time getting her hands around it. She says, "Where are you from?"
I am from the Barrow Hills. And I walk over and I snap a twig off of the tree. And I hand her that.
Woo!
Right,
She's super excited.
You do what now? You do what now? I think you reconsider that statement.
Ko has defiled the tree.
What tree? Which tree?
The girl like starts pruning the
summon an angel of fire
branches off the twig, and she has now like her own club, and she's like, I have a club like the giant.
Now you take care of that club, and when it's ready, you can give it a name, but not before it's earned.
What should I call it? She asks.
It will tell you its name.
She points at the patterns. She looks down at the twig and she whispers and she goes, "What's your name?" And then she waits and listens, and then she frowns like, "Well, it's not saying anything to me yet." She points at your skin and she says, "Is that paint?"
Some of it is paint, others are cracks.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. Do you have? Because I picture your character as like a Goliath, but you might not be. You're actually you're not that 4th edition ancestry. You're a Barrowman. Do you have tattoos? Like, what do you?
There are tattoos mentioned in my word, so I would think that I have 1 or 2.
Okay.
But Ko's face, he has a crack running up his eye that goes halfway up his skull.
You can see it in his art. I just zoomed in on it. That's cool.
Left to him in a battle long ago, but you can see that it's almost like the outer layer, like a shell of a rock that has another one underneath.
Whoa. She says, "What happened to your face?"
I picked a fight with someone I shouldn't have.
Were they very big? Were they as big as you?
a little bit bigger.
She just
we don't have to talk about that right now.
Her mom's like, okay, darling, you've annoyed the nice man who saved our lives, saved our lives enough. And the mom thanks you and says, thank you for humoring my daughter.
You know, I hear if you drink a lot of milk, you get to grow up big and strong like this guy is.
Yes.
She says,
as much as you possibly can.
She holds up her stick and says, milk!
That's a fine name. Ko walks back to the group, says, "We have to save them. I'm going with them wherever they go."
Oh my god. Incredible. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm won over.
All right, well, these people, they spend about an hour and they get their carts and horses lowered down to the bottom of the forest. And they start loading all their stuff up. And you notice that the villagers begin preparing. This tree is in the middle of a pond, so you exit the pond and you're on dry land. So you notice that they are preparing, they're digging a hole. It's, it's going to take, it would take a normal person most of the day to dig a grave, but obviously there's a bunch of people here.
It's like a respectable distance from the tree, right?
No, it's not. I would not say that from an elf point of view, it is a respect. It's certainly within sight of the tree. It's like basically it's at the base.
Graveyard, like just over there.
There's a graveyard.
Do you guys want to go back to the graveyard?
Well, I almost want to, just so we can be like, what happened?
Oh no.
Who would do this?
Awful. And sort of whistling as we go past.
They're gonna dig a grave.
There's a bunch of ready graves to go. They're empty.
I'm gonna try and calm down.
What do you mean? What do you mean they're empty? The townsfolk say.
I wanna calm down.
Maybe motioning to be quiet, doing whatever sort
Make
of
a charisma check.
Well, Lavellis, are you going to try and that was that's pretty charismatic.
You are so lucky. That was it. I was in my head. I was like, this is against my will.
I mean,
which is 17.
Let them dig one grave in this peaceful plot. So this, let this one non-elf corpse
just
be here in peace.
The act itself is nonsensical. They take the dead person that they loved and they put them in the ground. It makes no sense.
I mean, elves, I'm sure wood elves have customs that to these people are equally as strange.
What do elves do with their dead?
To be honest, this is probably the better option.
Item.
Because my understanding is that human bodies begin to smell the longer that they're unburied. Horribly.
That's disgusting.
And it would attract animals.
Okay, I mean, look, fine. As we don't have time to entomb them or anything, that's okay.
The people are basically trying to ignore the fact that you guys are having an argument. It's not. It's not clear to me that they would know, because they are all working together to try to get the grave ready and and they want to get it done quickly.
If it helps them, though, I'm definitely not being quiet.
Yeah,
I'm not being quiet.
Where is this? Where is this grave? I'm gonna go and offer my help.
It's at the base of the tree that you guys climbed up. That takes you to the tree in the middle of the.
Me out of earshot.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to wander down there and offer my help, because it's like distressing for them. I want to, I don't want them to be burying their dead. I could do it for them. I'll go and offer my help.
Oh my gosh, you're so much better than I am.
One of the humans approaches Lavellis.
No.
Yeah, that's so real, though.
Miss Elf.
Yeah.
they bury Millicent, the girl who died to the goblins. You saw that happen, and they cover her.
Yeah.
They do a ceremony. I believe it's based on. I think most of these people serve Salorna or worship. They don't serve her. They're not priests or anything, but they venerate Salorna, and so it's probably one of her saints that they follow. And what's her name? Demelza will do a ritual, one of the rituals of the boatman, which none of these people really follow the boatman. The boatman's an alien saint from another land. But to a certain extent, the fact that Demelza, who is a local, knows these ceremonies from this god from another region kind of lends everything legitimacy, right? It's like if you were a normal person hearing, in the Middle Ages, hearing somebody speak Latin, you'd be like, oh, I don't know what they're saying, but I bet it's real important. So they love that. And then Baron Ulver comes to Levelis and asks if she would like to say something over the grave.
Okay, so yeah, Levelis can empathize with like the significance of stories for the dead. Like I get that. And also to some small degree, this feels a little bit like a power play. like they could hear me being the worst and they were just like, all right.
Well, I'm not
sure. Awkward as possible.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they understood.
I'm not saying that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What do you say?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they understood why you were so excited. I think they were kind of preoccupied, but they saw you gesticulating wildly and shouting, and they're like, "Oh, she seems really passionate about this. Let's go ask her if she wants to be. Let's go ask her if she wants to be involved."
All sides.
Because remember, like Zoga and the others are like, calm down. And they're trying to like put themselves between you and the rest of these people so that you don't go ballistic.
I give a little eulogy, very awkwardly, very stiff, and in Elvish.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I love that only Oren also understands that. Amen. Amen. The people are all like, "Oh, that was good." Yeah, and there was their spirits are lifted, even though they're burying someone that they loved, a family member, somebody close to them. But hearing this alien elf creature who just risked her life to save them, and frankly did save them. I mean, these people would all be dead from those goblins if it wasn't for you guys. They're like hugely bucked up by hearing Levelis's gibberish.
And then I'm like, all right, now let's go. Come on. Let's hit the road.
I asked you, Oren, what does she say?
She recited an often said quote from the Elvish people. It's difficult to translate in common, though. I don't want to butcher it. It's quite beautiful.
Sounds beautiful.
Uh-huh.
But I'm slightly suspicious as well.
You should be. Don't take anything I say at face value.
I like that you folks didn't bother to tell them that all their dead relatives are undead and then dead again.
What would be the point?
Yeah, there's been enough upset for today.
Then we'd have to just talk with them more, and I'm really just over it.
Are they all buried? Are we done? We
Yep.
dug the graves?
Yep.
I dug whatever. Yep, cool. We're not cool. I'll just put up with digging.
All right, now what? These people, they load up their carts and they hitch up their oxen and their horses to them, and they wait for you to lead the way.
All right, can I try again my hand at navigating through this forest that I'm at least quasi familiar with?
Sure. I mean, you're trying to go south now, right? You're trying to lead these folks to safety.
I think Zoga would want to try and, make up for the botched entry, the ingress into the forest.
Sure. I think this is something that Levelis and Oren can help with, since they're both elves and the forest is their native environment. It's their a favored terrain, so to speak. So if you folks, if the 2 elves want to make skill checks, I think it's nature to find tracks and stuff, probably. If you guys want to make nature checks, the DC is 10 to help, and then each of you who succeed give Zoga a +2.
Ooh.
We can each give him a +2?
Yep.
Okay, so we each roll.
You each make a nature check. The
And-
DC is 10.
The 2 elves, the DC is 10.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. You don't have to roll in secret for this. Although Zoga's gonna have to make his roll in secret.
Yeah, that's how I'll play it. Like,
Ouch!
Dear.
Oren is like super focused. Oren is super focused on the forest, and she's like, you know, using all her senses to discern the proper way. And Lavelis is just looking back at the tree and the grave and like, what the fuck? What is with these people? She's a little distracted.
Completely unbothered with the humans. And eye on the prize. I want to get out of here.
So Zoga, you get +2 to your nature check.
yeah, there we go. All right, nature.
Spot on.
Do compasses not exist?
It's not a question of which direction is south. It's a question of how do we navigate through this forest in the fastest way possible.
I might be speaking from like a privileged elf perspective, but can't we just look with our eyeballs? Where there's an open. I mean, I'm not an elf in real life, but I know how to make my way through the woods.
Yeah, but Zoga has been in this part of the forest, and if you aren't, I mean, as an elf, you would know that what looks to be the most straightforward path immediately in front of you is not always going to be productive, and you need to pay attention to like, is the ground sloping up or down? Do you smell any like water vapor in the air, indicating there might be a river nearby? Which direction is the wind blowing? There's all sorts of stuff. Like, are we going down wind so that anything that might ambush us is going to know we're coming, and we're not going to know they're coming? There's a million different little things that factor into it besides just which is the least forested direction. Okay, Zoga, that's fine. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. You've got this group of humans who are very, very slowly trying to encourage their carts to go through this trackless forest. How are you proceeding as a group?
Do we need to like clear the way a bit for them so they can get the carts actually through?
If you could,
Otherwise,
if you could do that, like
That's
with
a
the
really good point. I forgot about the carts.
it's the progress with these carts is incredibly slow going. It's going to take weeks to get out of here at the rate these people are moving.
What do they have on the carts? Like, is it stuff we can just abandon? Maybe even ask them. So I'm going to ask one of them. I don't know which one. Maybe Demelza.
I mean, Demelza's always a safe.
Carts here, or one of the other humans. Like, we should leave these carts here. They're slowing us down too much.
Some of the people stop. Some of the townsfolk stop. Demelza encourages them, and they just stand and they look at their carts, and they start kind of like trying to factor, what can we leave behind? What could we carry with us? Right. But not all of them think that's a good idea. One of the women objects.
I'm gonna walk over to where she is and kind of examine what's in her cart.
Well, it turns out that her cart has a lot of stuff in it. It has furniture in it.
Furniture. You can get more
Interesting.
furniture when we arrive. Leave this here. It'll slow us down too much.
He says, "No, I'm not leaving the chest of drawers and a bureau that my great grandmother left me."
It'll be of no use to you if you're dead.
I could just set it on fire, couldn't I, with my dragon breath?
Labella's definitely good too.
That might set us all on
Watch all of
fire.
it.
That set us all on fire, though.
A nice warm campfire.
Well, how
I think this woman has confused this for a democracy with votes and whatnot.
Yeah. Who's this guy?
Woman has confused this for a democracy.
Mundrand speaks the truth. There you go, look. Your lives are more important than furniture. We must press on.
she's not having it. She's like, I'll stay with my stuff. We'll find a way on our own. These are our lives. These are the things we're trying to protect, she says.
Great. That's one less mouth to feed, okay? Like,
it's pretty shallow to consider all your furniture to be the only value in your life, with the exception of your.
And not in your life. She's valuing it over the lives of the other humans as well.
Yeah,
like, let's be
really
real.
Selfish.
We have to
What
stay
is
in
she-
this forest for longer because we're taking longer because she's bringing more. Like,
This
Well,
has got to be a symptom of their short lifespans. We don't
right?
have issues like this.
What is this attachment to things?
I wouldn't expect an elf to understand, she says.
Also, it's dead wood on top of it.
Great.
It's just carrying a
I
carcass
don't
around.
understand.
But they want to bury their dead?
So the townsfolk now are like, yeah, actually, why should she have to give up all her stuff? Like, some of these people, what's in their cart is mostly portable stuff like pots and pans and stuff like that. But each family has some stuff. Like, one family has bedposts, right? There's no mattress, but they're these quite large, ornate bedposts. One family has a bunch of books that are really heavy if you put them all together, and they don't want to leave it behind.
You know, they probably don't know about the cursed woods. They don't understand that all their wooden furniture will come alive at night and eat them. I say it just loud enough for them to hear it.
Stand by. Oops, excuse me.
And I don't want to make a persuasion check because I will fail it.
Not gonna work.
Demelza,
You could have fooled me, Demelza.
Hey, though.
Okay.
Demelza looks at Zoga and says, these things are all these people have. There's got to be something we can do. There's got to be some other way besides taking all these carts with us or leaving everything behind.
We need to find. Okay.
I'm scratching my head, but honestly, like Zoga is thinking about the goblin ambush, the doom spinner spider, and like the longer it takes us to get to the other side of these woods, the more of those situations we're gonna run into.
You don't have to leave everything behind. They just you don't need a sideboard.
Yeah. I'm sure your ancestors will understand.
Imagine having ancestors so petty.
I'm gonna try to implore Demelza to these are your people. Like they're more likely to listen to you in a calm manner than, you know, a crazy looking heavy metal barbarian and a giant, right? And you know, it's probably a bad idea to have Vanazor just burn these carts, right? I'm gonna try and get Demelza to implore these people to just like grab whatever they can carry, like in their own, like on their person or like on the oxen themselves. But anything that's like furniture and stuff, it's like, you know, take a hatchet, build some more.
She looks at the group of people, the humans, and she takes a deep breath and sighs, and then she looks at you heroes, and she says, "You want me to try to persuade them?" She says, "I can try."
I'm like more inclined. Like, I might. Is there like intimidation or something like that? We could just like give them a full on like a proper
I
raw.
think maybe that's the next step. I think it's probably better if they want to like just come along willingly with this whole thing. Like a little good cop, bad cop, I guess.
You have a bunch of different ways you can try to.
I'm gonna roar with frustration, like actually, like I let out a huge like, "Rah!" and like a bit of fire comes out as well, but in the air, not towards the cart, as in like, do you want to live or remain in this forest and die?
Come with me if you want to live.
That's pretty cool. Do you actually breathe fire?
Yeah, in the air. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make, I guess, an intimidate check. You're trying to be intimidating?
Yeah.
Make an intimidate check and give yourself +2.
I have okay.
Please roll. Please roll in the dice tower.
Okay. Intimidate is there.
Hmm. Yeah, you get certainly most of the townsfolk, most of these villagers, these simple folk, are motivated. They're immediately and intensely motivated, and they start trying to pack up everything they've got. But the Tinney family, they huddle up and they like hatch this plan where they're going to build a litter, and they're going to take their this huge ornate carved wood bureau and put it on the litter. So they're going to take it with them, but not in the cart, and leave the cart behind. And everyone else is going to try and load all their stuff up into packs and then leave things behind.
With them taking that sideboard, that's going to still slow them down.
Yep. Maybe not as much as 5 carts that are fully loaded.
Right.
But
Well,
it's
if they
definitely
get left behind. They get left behind. Ultimately, it's their decision. They're humans. They have free will, or whatever they want to call it. So,
Whatever
We'll have to
Zoga
suffer
was
the
talking about
consequences.
earlier.
you know, we can't be their parents. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's say if they insisted on traveling with that item still, you must travel at the back.
The little girl Anne, she's not one of the tinnies, right?
But come on. Be reasonable.
be reasonable to
Shall we just kill them?
Anne is Anne Pawley. She's not
Did
of
I
the
hear
Tinney
right?
family.
Did I hear right there, Anna? Shall we just kill them?
Why
We
not?
obviously don't value their lives.
Yeah.
Why should we?
I just started a book called "Why Not Kill Them All." About anyway. Never mind. Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, unless you're going to physically intervene with the Tinney family. Is the Tinney family? Yeah. I think so.
Okay, if we don't intervene,
Yeah.
does it seem like if we don't intervene, Demelza's just gonna stay with them?
I mean, she's not going to leave them behind.
So if they go slow,
She doesn't have your worldly attitude toward the insignificance of human life.
She's weak.
She's also a human. She's biased.
She wants to.
She is.
She understands. She understands that these people. This is everything they own. This is everything they have, and it's not easy for them to leave it behind.
Well, let's travel.
But
We'll
when
travel
we
one
all
day with them
die-
with these slow asses, and then at nighttime we're just gonna torch their shit. And then the next day we'll be like, oh, the fire machine.
I'm enough.
Heroes.
Am I wealthy enough to basically offer them? Look, I'll replace some of this stuff.
I mean, OD, before you offer to do that, does Sir Vanazor not understand the idea of family heirlooms that are passed on from generation to generation and through that process accrue in great value?
Yeah, I think he would.
Okay,
But-
well,
He also isn't keen on spending too much longer in this forest. The quicker we're through it, the better.
that's true. This is definitely going to slow you down,
Yeah,
and
like,
that
there's
means
lives-
more bad shit will happen to you.
Yeah, there's like lives at
Just
stake.
throw herself in the way of like every bad thing that possibly comes across any of these people, because if so, nobody's gonna make it out alive.
Is that a rhetorical question?
Yeah, none of us have attachments to anything.
No, but-
And
yeah,
look,
yeah,
Look
yeah.
how well we're doing in our lives.
Yeah. I mean, let me ask you this, OD. Your instinct is there not some way I could just pay them the value of this thing, right? That's what you're at. You're saying, am I rich enough
Yeah.
that I just have enough money that I could say, hey, here's a bunch of money, or I'll pay you when we get out of here. What else? Think of it a different way, though. Think of it like obviously it's not money that matters to these folks. It's the import of these things. So that's the level you have to approach it on. The fact that these things just have intense kind of traditional family value to them. They're sentimental. Okay. Yeah. So that's how if there's go ahead.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely not the person to. Let me check my stats real quick. Can I? I would like to ask the family members in an uncharacteristically quiet manner why they're so attached to the items. Like literally ask them what are the stories attached to the items.
I mean, they'll answer you. They'll talk about how this has been in their home, in their family for many generations, and they'll tell the story of how it was made and their ancient, 3 or 4 generations removed relative who was a highly skilled carpenter and did work for the old Baron of Dalrath, carved this, and it's been part of the matrilineal line's dowry. Every time they get married, it gets passed on. So it's got this enormous...
I'm gonna ask them questions about that guy who carved it. I'm gonna ask them questions about the weddings that were involved. I'm gonna ask them just little stories that are attached to each of the items. And then after they've talked a bit, I'm gonna say, it's the stories that are valuable, and you already have those.
Oh, good one.
I like that.
God, how do you argue with that? You can't. You can't do it.
I would say that's diplomacy, Lavellis. Go ahead and you're trying to diplomatically get them to do what you want, and you're not trying to intimidate them.
Oh my gosh, I actually have a bonus to diplomacy.
It's a good thing I thought of it.
It sure is.
I'm trying to help.
All right.
But no,
and also,
it would be
they can take some of. I'm saying, bring some of the smaller items, absolutely, but you already own the stories.
No.
That laugh.
You need to give her. She needs to get some kind of bonus because that was the best argument I've ever heard for this kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree, but that bonus, unfortunately.
I rolled another 1, didn't I?
No, you didn't. No. Ko says, I will carry this chest of your drawers. Okay. That solves the problem. How strong is Ko? Is he maximally strong?
He's pretty strong.
16. There are stronger. You're really dexterous.
I'm really strong. I could carry something and then just accidentally drop it.
Let me think.
Venusaur's strength is 20.
So is Zoga's. Yumi and Zoga are the strongest of the group.
I mean, it was a good speech.
It was so good.
It's pretty persuasive.
They should have to... Their save should just be whatever their lowest stat is. It would appeal to something of theirs that they're weak in.
So, as the Pawley family is thinking about this, so the mother of the woman who's like, we can't leave this behind. She walks up to the chest of drawers that her daughter was defending so vociferously, and the elder Tinny, the mom of the woman who was protesting, unscrews all the fixtures, all the the bits that you grab onto when you're opening and closing, and these are really these are polished silver, and she just starts unscrewing them and putting them in a bag. She's going to take those with them, and her daughter isn't really in a position to argue now, after the intense speech that Lavellis gave. Demelza says, "All right, well, if that's settled, let's get the hell out of here."
Now you're talking.
So here's my question for you folks. Now that you don't, now that you're not burdened with these carts.
Zoga and I swapped attitudes by the end of that.
Oren's rippling muscles under her armor. I just learned something interesting about Oren. Flex at the thought of tearing apart all the furniture with her bare hands. Rah! If I can reach into a zombie's spine and rip it out, I can tear apart this furniture.
I've got a new thing now where I can literally I dig my fingers into something and I can drag it for the my entire movement.
Nice.
Knock it prone.
That's cool. I can't wait to see that happen. So now here's my question. You guys have 20 humans. I think it's 21 if you include Demelza. And everything they own is now on their packs, in backpacks. They're leading their horses and their oxen, who they slow you down a little bit, but these humans, not much. Because actually these humans with their children and everything they're carrying, they're pretty slow. But it's obviously immediately it's faster. You're able to navigate this forest a lot better. Zoga can lead and everybody can follow, and you don't have to stop every 5 minutes to deal with a stuck cart.
Flank out in the shadows like what we were doing the first time we were going through the forest. I'm just gonna be, you know, a little off to the side, just flanking through the shadows, maybe peeking ahead or around to the sides. I just want to make sure that we're not going to be snuck up on by anything.
So, are you saying that, how far do you want to be from the caravan?
Be within running
Just
distance, I would suggest.
Yeah, basically that.
So by running distance,
Like 30 feet maybe.
because I think if you double move, that's 12 spaces. 12 times 5, it's 50, 60 feet probably. Yeah, because her speed's 6. So if she just goes,
right.
if she just uses, you can use your standard action to move, and then your move action to move. That's 12. You could charge. That would be 14. Whatever 14 times 5
Yeah,
is
but
50.
I'm not much of a
So 70 feet.
So
No, but you can just do it. Charge is just a free 2 squares of movement.
No. I understand, but like if something happens and I have to like get back to the group, I want to make sure that I can do something on my turn as well as move. So I would probably be 1 movement action plus like 10, because I think my longest ranged thing is 10. So like whatever that is, 16, like 16.
Yeah.
But probably less than that. I would say like 12.
Do you want to be able to get back to the group and do something? So only 1 move action, which is 6 squares, or do you want to be able to run back to the group? Let me put it this way: like Levelis knows of everybody in this party except maybe Zoga, even more so than Orin. Levelis knows that the farther away you are, the more likely you are to encounter something that will present a challenge to the party and be able to react to it. The closer you are, the less time you're going to have to react. Right? So if you're like 300 feet out there, well, that's a big risk because you're really far away from the rest of the party. But at the same time, if there's something out there, you will see it way ahead of the party. Whereas if you're only 30 feet out, you know, anything you see, they're about to see.
Yeah.
You follow me?
No, I want to be, yeah. Because my attacks are ranged.
Yeah.
I feel like I can afford to be a little bit further out. So like, I don't know. I want to say like 12 squares out.
Okay, that's fair. Now, Zoga,
Yes.
as the local expert on this terrain, because you live in this forest, although not this specific part of this forest, do you want to go with Levelis and help track and guide, or are you going to stay with the party?
Ooh, I'll go with Levelis.
Okay, because I think ultimately, like, whoever's scouting, those people are the ones who are tracking. So
Yes.
Chaos forest birds.
I'll go with Levelis. I think that's probably the most advantageous thing to do, and I'll suggest to Ko and Vanazor that they and Orin that they stay closer to the group, since they're, you know, our beefiest fighters.
Oh yeah, Vanazor nods in agreement.
okay, so Zoga, you already made your tracking check, right? Levelis, let's see, what would a scouting check be? Probably perception. Give me a perception check, Levelis. Okay. You folks travel for a couple of hours through this forest. It's beautiful. The leaves, as you move through the terrain, they change slightly from greenish to almost autumnish. that's something that the trees around here do. They often, depending on the patch of forest you're in, they'll have different colored leaves. Actually, that was a really good roll. You have a huge bonus to your perception.
My huge bug eyes.
That's and you got and you have 4 ears.
I hear everything.
In fact, let's see.
Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna grab onto. Oh no. Okay, I'm grabbing onto Zoga's shoulder and just we freeze, or I freeze. Uh oh. Oh shoot! Oh no! Okay. Wait, I'll whisper to Zoga. Okay.
This is
Oh no.
awesome. So anyway, Anna, Justice, and Odie, how you three doing?
Did we notice anything?
You know, we're just
Pretty good.
plodding along, moving the people through the forest.
Can
Happily.
I make a perception check to percept Zoga and Levelis?
Well, I mean, I could have them make. No, I don't. I think they're with how thick this forest is. No, if you could see them, then they wouldn't be doing a good job scouting.
Ew.
I wonder what's the. Roger that. Oh, that's exactly what I was just saying. Zog, if it's okay if I call you Zog. We've known each other for so long.
It is. Yes. Well, yeah.
Big Zog. Oh, okay. Are you stealthy, Zog? Zogus Maximus?
Decent.
You're as stealthy as Levelis.
What are you talking about? See what?
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
You guys don't have really a scout per se. You just have a wood elf. All right, what are you guys
So
going to...
we're not in that other chat anymore at all, are we?
Correct. We're having our own secret meeting within the guild.
Boo-boo-boo-doo, it's a secret.
So what are you two going to do?
I think we should try.
So Zoga, you can now feel the...
Oh shoot, it's getting closer. Okay.
Humongous footsteps approaching. Okay.
Okay. But not in a straight line. If it was just coming in a straight line, we could just avoid it without having to... Okay. You take the lead on this one. This is your forest.
What are you going to do, Zog? And you can stay still. You can hunker down. You can wait. You can make a stealth check to try to move stealthily. You can go back to the party. It's up to you.
I think, okay, it's coming vaguely towards us, but not in a straight line.
Yeah, it's getting... Yes, correct.
Okay, I think what we need to do is we need to... Or what would be
Remember,
best
you're
now,
in a forest surrounded by trees.
Yeah. Let's... maybe we should scramble back to the party and, like, get the caravan to just take a hard left and, like, just get out of this thing's path.
Just pick a direction and go there, yeah.
Because it hasn't seen us. It hasn't seen us, but we can sense its approach. So there's no point in us trying to like get any closer to it, or like wait for it to reveal itself. Let's scramble back to the...
My only concern is that if it... So we can hear it, or we can feel it rather, right? Once we're in a full-on caravan with a bunch of people, we're...
And you'll also be farther away from it. You'll also
will be farther away from it. That's true.
Yeah,
I don't want
to... Should we just try and kill it?
The two of us?
Or like scare it off?
Yeah, maybe, or lure it in a different direction while taking the hard left. I don't know. I mean, we probably could avoid it. I just, if it does hear us and decide to follow us, that's, you know, defeats.
It's going to be a lot harder for you folks to avoid it without seeing what it is and where it is moving. Like if you're just going to go by your senses, it's going to be real tricky. It's not impossible. It's going to be just a lot harder, and it's going to be especially harder. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? You're a barbarian. I'm a gorilla warrior person. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's peruse this debacle. Let's like stealthy check it out, and then Yeah, just
as
like
stealthy as we can.
Plan A, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
Cool.
I'm sorry. What is plan A?
We're going to like stay stealthy, try and like
And then
find out what it is, where it's
forward.
headed, and then
Yeah. We want to
make
get
an
just
assessment.
close enough that we can see.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and
We wanna try
make
and-
stealth checks, please, stealthily, using your tower.
Dice tower.
Okay. You know what I believe in? I believe in us. Okay?
I believe that you exist. Oh,
I hate that. I hate that you're giggling right now.
yeah. Okay. Well. All right. You take a line of bearing based on where the sound is coming from, and you slowly and stealthily move through the forest. And Zoga, you feel like this thing, whatever it is, it's you actually hear like sound, and then some more. I don't know if you guys can hear that when I do that. Some more big like vibrations in the ground, and you're pretty sure, Zoga, that that it's about to whatever this thing is, you're about to see it. And then Levelis, who's trying to keep up with you, trips on a rock and smacks her head against the ground and goes, "Ah!"
Ow. I would.
And makes a loud
Amazing.
makes quite a loud noise. And you hear the thumping stops, and you hear this kind of like,
Oh man. Can I?
whatever this
Can I
thing is,
try-
it's real close to you now.
Can
It's
I
just
try
these
and
trees
just-
are so thick that it's hard to see.
Can I try and discern what it is based on like my knowledge of the Can I like do like a history check or something to see if this is something
Well,
that I might know about?
what does Tom think?
It sounds like a troll.
Okay, go ahead and make a check.
What kind of check?
I would say a nature check. It's not a troll. It's way, way bigger than a troll.
Okay. Well, since it... Oh, I know. What I'm going to try and do is, since it's still not in sight lines, right?
No, but in just like 90 seconds it will be.
Okay, I am going to just scoop up Levelis then and just try and like get out of like this area where she made that sound as quietly as possible. Basically, like what I'm trying to do is if whatever this thing is heard us and is coming to where to inspect the source of that sound, I'm gonna try and not be there. I'm gonna try and like hide us basically.
Okay. What is hide? Stealth, probably.
What is hide?
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
All right.
Just Zoga or both of us?
Zoga, I would say. You've done enough for tonight. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay. Stand by. All right, let me make a roll to see how perceptive this thing is.
Oh no.
Okay. You hide in the bole of a tree, like it's like a tree that has like a hollow, a natural hollow built into it. And you pick up Levelis, who is astonishingly light. Even though, wood elves are shorter than humans, and you're taller than a normal human, Zoga, you could just hold her like in one arm.
Palmer like a basketball.
And you see something coming through the forest, and it is about as big. Actually, I guess I need to put this here. It's about as big as a tree. Hang on a second.
How big a tree?
How do I share
California
this?
redwoods?
How do I share this with only you two idiots? Can I drop it on you? Let's find out. Images, uncategorized probably. What is this thing? Oh, screenshot? Here, if I do this. Lavellis, did you see that? Yes, it worked.
I do see that. Oh, I know what that is.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
So as you can see, it's holding a tree trunk in its hand.
Yeah.
So
Sure is.
that's how big it is. And
Oh boy.
and it sort of looks over in the direction, like it came this way because it heard Lavellis cry out, and it doesn't find you, and it's sort of looking in the direction of the caravan. Not directly, not exactly. It doesn't know it's there, but it's kind of, you guys came from there and it heard a sound, so it kind of lumbers past you, but there's definitely a chance it's going to find the caravan.
Well, we have to try and get there first.
All right. Yeah. I'm just going to rule that you can get there first. And Pawley is walking with Co and has her stick, and she's like, if anything happens, I'll protect you.
Very
Something
well.
bad is about to happen.
Oh my god! If something bad happens to Anne Pawley, it's gonna.
We're gonna be destroyed.
Yes.
So I guess.
Okay, so you folks see,
clearing.
you guys see Zoga and Lavellis, who seems to have like a very slight bruise on her forehead. Zoga and Lavellis
I want to talk about it.
emerge from the clearing. Actually, it's not clearing. You guys are in the middle of the forest. There's no clearing. There's just the bit of the forest that all these people are tromping through, and suddenly you folks arrive.
We need to. Okay, so
Go.
What?
like I'll run up basically to like the rest of the fighters in the party, right?
You're right. Okay.
Like a extremely serious look on my face, and just as quickly and as efficiently as I can speak it in the common tongue. It's like, we need to divert the path. We need to take a hard left. Like, let's, figure out what direction the wind is going. Like, we need to, like, because I'll have like a general reference of where this thing is coming from, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, we just need to move perpendicular and like whatever is the closest to perpendicular and downwind.
Okay.
Neat.
Will we just assume that's to the left from where we are going currently?
They were scouting ahead, and so, which is south, and this creature was coming from the west from their point of view, and now it's kind of coming north toward you guys. So anything you guys do, you regardless of how clear my explanation is, Zoga and Lavellis know what direction this thing is coming from and what direction the party needs to move in to get away.
Okay.
Yeah. So I should clarify. Like, what I want to do is I want to get the people, like the normies, get them moving in like whatever direction makes sense as like out of harm's way. Right. With this thing that's coming towards us, and then like we will like remain in position so that if it still finds us, like if we can't move away fast enough, I want to be in between this thing and the people.
Okay.
I feel like this is an opportunity. How do I do this? How do I use this thing?
We're supposed to have open, by the way.
No, I mean there will be if you fail.
Let's not that.
An etty big.
Oh, an Etten.
An Etten.
Because I don't think we want to cause a panic, right? Humans are prone to panicking.
It depends. You've seen humans when the goblins came. The humans
they panic, they move faster.
You watched the humans.
They're a bit like chickens, though. They run all over the place.
I mean, humans are surprising. You watched them try to fight the goblins.
That was surprising and a bit.
And they had nothing. They had nowhere near the kind of weapons that you folks had. They just had like kitchen knives and pans, and That's how you know things are serious. Are you carrying the chest of drawers, Co?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, then you have the whole. I think it's the Tinny family are going to kind of subconsciously just group around you. All right. Let's try this. Getting these people out of harm's way is a skill challenge.
Is there an animal handling check?
Cool.
It's up to you how you use your skills. You can only you have to get this is an easy skill challenge. You need 6 successes before 3 failures. If you accumulate 3 failures before you get 6 successes, the Ettin's going to show up and these people are going to be in danger. There is some middle ground. If you succeed without getting any failures, then you're going to be able to avoid the Ettin entirely. If you exceed but you have a couple failures, then you guys are going to have to fight this thing, but the people will be safe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the way you get successes is you look at your character sheet and you look at the skills you are trained in, because you can only use a trained skill, and you try to use your imagination and think of a way to use your trained skills such that it will help get these people out of danger. And so they have to be trained, and no one can use the same skill twice. So let's imagine Levelis came up with some crazy fucking way to use Arcana, right? I don't know what that would be. It's up to you. This is you being creative and using your imagination to interpret your skills and figure out a way to do it. But once you make an Arcana test, you can't. Somebody else could, but you can't do it again for this challenge. And then it's up to you. This is the A-team scene. This is the montage where you're like, okay, people, we got to get out of here in a hurry. And you're going to be doing everything you can to facilitate that.
I'm like good to go. I've got an idea.
Go for it, Levelis. Somebody's got to start rolling.
So insight is like reading people's body language and stuff, right?
Sure.
So I want to like sort of like a sheepdog. I want to be watching for anyone in the group who's who looks like they're about to sort of stray off the course that we're guiding them in, and I want to just sort of herd them using that insight. Does that work?
Yeah, that sounds totally cool for me. Go ahead and make a check.
All right.
I've got a little thing here for tracking the skill challenge.
It doesn't have to be a secret roll, does it?
No. But I know the DC and you don't. Oh yeah. Ooh. Actually, yeah. So that was insight, and that was 1 success. Yeah, and you watch as Levelis, because a lot of these Levelis is a wood elf, and these people are basically afraid of wood elves. Right? Everybody else in the party is less terrifying to these people. Many of these people have lost family members to the woad elves, who of course are just defending their land. And so Levelis, all Levelis has to do is kind of just like crouch and glower in the right position, and people will be like, ah, and they'll run. So she can really sheepdog these people toward safety.
Made even easier because they are basically sheep.
I would say that is definitely what Levelis thinks, yes. All right, so does anybody else want to try anything?
Yeah, I'm going to try an intimidation. I'm going to try to basically just intimidate them to motivate them to move a little faster.
Okay, that sounds perfectly useful. If anybody wants some advice, like how could I do this, I'm happy to give you, because it does take some kind of like some kind of creative thinking, and I've run dozens of these. But go ahead, Zoga.
I'm basically gonna just like try and use my pure stage presence as like this like big tall dude. Like I'll have my sword drawn. I've got like blood red and black like patterned face paint. And like I showed up already looking serious.
Oh yeah.
And I'm basically just gonna like try and like scan the crowd with just this like glare of like, this is fucking serious. And I'm just gonna like, almost wordlessly, like he might even just say like, we move, right? And just like gesture in the direction, and just like try and just like stand and stare in a super intense way.
Okay, go for it.
Fingers crossed.
Or it's a sequel.
Actually, I'm going to give Levelis an extra success because her result was so fucking high that that should count as 2. Yeah, that's 1 success. Zoga.
Cool.
Not everybody responds because your action is primarily like body language and your appearance, but it works enough.
Are there, I know there was Anne. Are there any other kids in the party?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here, this is what Savannahsaw's going to try. It's going to kind of bound over to a couple of the kids.
Yeah.
Literally scooping one up in each arm. So I've kind of carrying them underneath, almost underneath my armpits.
Yeah.
And then like just leap off into the direction that I saw Levelis and Zoga telling us to go. Maybe if I could do it, if there's like a tree trunk or something, maybe with a crazy somersault or something like that to make it look fun for the kids.
Yeah, sure,
like,
okay.
Hopefully, like I'm not doing it in a threatening way, almost like, come on, kids, let's go. So that's what I'm going to try and do.
That sounds good to me. Come on, kids, let's go. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So this is athletics.
Yeah.
Woo!
Ah.
Yeah. That's a 27. I'm gonna say that's 2 successes.
Oh, sweet.
And definitely, like the young people follow, not just the 2 you have with you.
That was the idea. Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
And
Nice.
that strongly encourages the adults to follow too, because their kids just got kidnapped by a giant dragon man. So you guys only need one more.
In a friendly way, yeah.
But this is a very simple skill challenge, by the way. Tougher skill challenges require 9 or 12 successes before you get 3 failures, and they have higher DCs. And you guys can hear this giant stomping, like huge footsteps getting closer. Does anybody else? You only need 1 more success. Does anybody else want to try anything? Oren, Co?
I mean, I'm definitely going to do something. You already have something in mind.
Well, I was wondering, I have this powerful athlete racial trait that says when I use athletics to jump or climb, to roll twice. Does that apply in skill challenges? Because I was thinking of like the...
You can roll twice and take the highest one.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do, because I get the sense that maybe the Barrowmen are like ambush defenders, and that Ko's instincts, knowing that another giant kin is coming their way, is to get up high and above it and kind of track its directions from above.
Okay.
So I would try to climb into the treetops like a gargoyle or something.
So you're going to try and climb up to get a better bearing on everything?
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you think is going to happen if you succeed?
Don't look at that. I didn't mean to hit it. Well, you can look at it, but
did that not count? Was that a misroll?
I have my hand hovering over it, but yeah, no, I hadn't thought about. Yeah, so I guess if I get up there and I succeed, I would maybe it's perception, but I would see that I would have this higher vantage point
that
that
makes
I
sense.
could like direct people.
Yeah, sure, okay.
In different directions.
Sounds good to me. All right, yeah. So it's up to you if you want to use athletics or perception, but I think athletics is probably the best way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you rolled 1. Actually, that's plenty. That's 7 plus 11, 18. It's not hard to climb these trees, especially not for you. That is 6 successes, and those of you who are still in this area, like Servanazor he left out of sight. Servanazor comes back. He doesn't have the kids with him anymore, and all the humans are gone. They have now run off into the forest, and if you're quiet and you don't move, you will see the Etten. You'll see like the head of the Etten and the top of its club, because it's got its club slung over its shoulder, as it walks around the spot of the forest that you guys are in, but it does not notice you.
Nice.
And then,
have you got a picture of an Etten?
yes, stand by. This thing.
Oh shit!
It is, and you'll notice that is a tree. That is a tree trunk it's holding.
Oh boy! So what's this like?
Yeah.
50 foot or something.
No, it's only about as no, it's not that big. It's not as big as it's not as big as a true giant. I would say it's about as big as a hill giant. It's not as big as a stone giant. So it's like twice as big as Ko. And Ko's a half giant.
He's got 2 heads as well.
Yeah. It's got and you can they're kind of talking to each other in giant.
What are they saying?
Actually, that's a good question. Hang on a second.
I can understand that too. That's awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, I understand giant.
Hell yes.
And they wander north, which is the direction you guys came from.
I'll look at Ko and be like, well, let's just leave him be, with a little wink. He's not hurt.
Yeah, Ko looks back and winks and nods and wipes a little bit of sweat off of his forehead.
Yeah. Should we catch back up with the people?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, we better.
I like to imagine Levelis is just circling the humans, keeping them in one spot.
Ooh, okay. All right, now what? Do you guys continue? Go south?
Yeah, I think
so.
All right, let's keep on. We avoided that two-headed monstrosity.
Same arrangement. Levelis, do you want to scout ahead?
Yeah. I mean, should we consider someone stealthier?
I don't know that you have. Well, actually, there is somebody super stealthy, I think.
Ko is stealthy.
Me.
Not stealth.
Like,
Happy to go ahead and scout. I'm also very fast, so that works.
Ko is.
True. Yeah.
Thank you, Blakely. Ko is the way Ko moves is somewhat baffling to all of you because the dude is huge, but when he wants to, he can move more quietly than everybody in this party, and it's almost like magic how he does it.
Yeah, no, my instinct is to scout ahead, but also I did fall over and squeak. So
Oh my god.
Well, you should go with them. It should be you and Ko.
Okay. All right, great.
And then like if one of you needs to be stealthy, obviously, Ko can do the stealthing part.
So now Ko
and me then.
And Levelis are going to try and scout ahead while the party moves south. Ko, go ahead. Actually, I guess both of you go ahead and make stealth checks.
Also, I swapped back since I didn't use the dragon tail, I swapped back my Seamorg's wings because I really liked the idea of the jumping far, and I feel like
I thought you did. Yeah, the crane's wings, but the renamed crane's wings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. You guys did all right. Ko rolled out in the open. You shouldn't have.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But that's fine. That's fine. Ko and Levelis. I need to see you two in chat.
Okay.
Right.
I feel bad for O'Driscoll and Anna, who now have. Okay. You come across something like a clearing. There's a big tree that's growing in the forest, and some of the area around it is less alarmingly populated by foliage. So you couldn't really, you probably couldn't make camp here, but there's definitely some empty space, and you come across a dead body.
Oh. Cool.
Like a humanoid sized?
What kind of dead body?
How close are you going to get to it?
Well, I like to try to see it from a distance with my elf eyes.
The way you say that, it's like you've got a bunch of different eyes in the pocket, and it's like, let me get out my elf eyes.
Yeah.
Nope, that didn't work. Let me get out my goblin eyes. That didn't work.
Oh, I didn't screw it in properly.
I lean over and I say, "Can you see anything with your elf eyes?"
It's humanoid. It's human sized, and from where you are, it looks like it could be a person.
Okay, it doesn't got pointy ears or nothing.
You'd have to inspect it to see what its ears are. You'd have to be standing next to it and interfere with the body in order to correctly determine whether or not it has pointy ears.
What's your take on this, Ko? Because the last time we checked out a body, there were blood vines. Everyone caught fire somehow, as a separate issue, but definitely not my own fault.
I remember blood vines in a fire, and I don't really understand how either of them happened.
Ko is looking at it, so we're in a pretty open area. It's not big enough to make camp.
In fact, if you'd like to see where you are,
I would love that.
Oh wow!
And if you look in the middle of the map, it's a big map. It's a big tree.
Oh wow!
If you zoom way in,
a hot second to.
Well, it's got to go all the way to Australia.
Yeah. It's a coming. Oh, yep. It's loading. It's loading. The circle's doing its circling.
The pretty one.
Oh, it's so pretty. Wait.
If you look in if you zoom into the dead center of the map, you can see where the dead body is.
Are there any signs of a trap nearby? Like checking the tree line. Are there any like ropes or
make a perception check?
You want me to do it in the
and
castle?
you get you get a bonus. Yeah, give me a second. What? I turned off my character sheet. Abilities, and if I drop this on myself, this affects other people, right? But I'm not.
I don't think I have it set up to do that. Just tell Ko.
Oh, okay.
You get +1 to your perception check. Yep.
You get.
And just remind me. Just remind me once we're done tonight to set up your aura.
No worries.
Do you want me to roll in the tower or out in the open?
I would say always roll in the tower, unless I say otherwise.
It's good to know.
No, you don't see anything untoward. You don't see any signs of. It looks like there's. It looks like the ground around her is damp, probably blood. But apart from that, you don't notice. You don't even notice any signs of battle. Although it does look as though there's like.
Yeah, well, that in itself is not a great sign.
You do. I'm not going to bust your minis out. I'm not going to worry about how close you are to this thing. I'm assuming that you're not standing next to it yet, and that if you want to personally inspect the body, you're going to have to tell me that. But from a distance, like 30 feet, you can tell that there are arrows sticking out of her.
Oh.
But you don't see any tracks or anything?
I'd like to get a little closer. I'd like to maybe nose around, make some... I'd like to see if I can find any tracks or, identify what kind of arrows they are. I've got the goblins in mind specifically, like, was this another goblin attack? But
all right, hang on one second. You're in control of your characters. From here, you can see that she has arrows sticking out of her.
I'm gonna creep on up.
Okay.
I'm gonna creep on up.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop about here.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop about here.
Why are you stopping?
Because I'm afraid.
Get closer. I motion with my hand. You can do this. I believe in you.
You're even further away than I am.
Don't worry about that. I'm the backup plan.
Distances can be deceiving. There are several arrows sticking out of her. They seem dark, like they're not elven arrows. Certainly, they're not wood. There's something else.
Oh, okay.
I
would get closer.
All right. It's initiative.
Ah!
Damn it.
I feel so goated.
Let's go back into the main chat. You guys hear, I should say, Oren, Vanazor, and Zoga hear a scream that sounds very, very like the sound a female woad elf would make if she were surprised by something horrible and monstrous.
I squeak again?
I wouldn't call this a squeak. It's going to take a round for the rest of the party to get to where Levelis and Ko are. So it's initiative for everybody.
All right.
But only two characters get to act on the first
Ko and
round.
I can handle this.
Oh, you can totally handle it.
We're the best.
We get something because we're close to you, Schmuck.
You've already got it. Yep.
Okay, cool. All right.
So cool. So awesome.
I like your dice. Have you always had hot pink dice?
Since like session 2, I think.
Fudge.
I've never noticed that.
I was like fuchsia. I wanted like orchid colors.
So, Ko, you see the damp ground around the dead figure on the forest floor kind of like start to ripple and undulate.
I like aeroplane jelly.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Another new song from Dale.
What's
You don't know that? Is that an Australian thing?
what's aeroplane
It's not
jelly?
a real song.
No, it's not.
Aeroplane jelly.
Is it aeroplane?
It's a bread.
I thought you said aeroplane.
I still think that. Wait, I still think that.
Dinner, I love you for tea. A little each day is a good recipe. The quality's high as the name would imply. And it comes from real fruit, one more good reason why. I like aeroplane jelly. It's
Well, Dale,
Jello
I
in
have good news.
Australia is called jelly. And
Dale,
it's a brand of jelly.
I have good news for you, Dale. This jelly loves you. It really loves you. It wants to get super close to you. It wants to get all over you, frankly.
Okay.
So, Ko, you see this ochre jelly kind of trying to, you know, express a deep, abiding affection for the wood elf.
All right. Well, I don't like that. I think it's time to open the gates of battle.
Open the
so-
battle gate.
I like, yeah. So, I don't know how far away I am. Let me think. Can I wait? Okay. I don't see a grid.
I can turn the grid on. Hang on. Yep, hang on. There you
Okay,
go.
so I'm on a half square.
Sorry.
Is that here?
Uh-huh.
2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I'm gonna get up there. 1, 2.
Is this map only exposed to Justice and Dale at the moment?
Well, they're the only ones that are here. When you get here, you'll see it too.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I'm gonna open the gates of battle against this creature. Let me target it. I whack it with my club. Now the feat I took was some sort of club mastery feat. So don't be surprised if my club is more potent than it was before.
Cool.
I think if I put it in there, all right.
What does Club Mastery do for you?
Ooh.
I see feet.
One.
Automatic miss. I see Might of the Allfather. That's cool. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I named it.
+2 to flurry of blows damage when wielding a club.
Yes.
I did not hit with that.
No.
But I don't like not hitting, Matt. So I'd like to spend my action point.
It's perfectly reasonable.
I just wish.
And I'd like.
I wish I was there, says Zoga.
No, I'm so sorry,
There's
Zoga.
someone who is
I
there.
say I wish Zoga was here. And I'm going to attack it with my Seamorg's Wings attack technique.
Hit.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
So when I do this, I'm able to push it.
Cool.
So I believe I push it. It says I push the target 1 square. So I'd like to push it 1 square away from me. Ooh. Oh wait, no.
It was
Can I
here- it was
not
here?
push it?
Yeah, you can not push it if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna not push it because if I push it, then I won't be able to do my flurry of blows.
Okay, sounds good to me.
So now I'm gonna smack it with my club.
Flurry of blows.
and-
Whap!
Whack, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Okay, my turn.
You spend the turn trying to get there.
Wait, how far away are they?
They're 1 round away. So you are not appearing yet in this battle.
God, what is this like LA traffic version of getting to somewhere?
Hey, this is what happens when the scouts fuck around with something they should have reported back on. They knew
Hey,
what they were doing.
Judged
I didn't go up to it.
unjustly.
They knew what they were
Now
doing.
it's my fault.
They knew what they were doing. Wha-bam! This giant pseudopod erupts out of this carpet of jelly and slams into the lithe form of Levelis, doing some amount of damage, and there's probably some cool stuff that happens as a result. You, Levelis, are now covered in acid. And it's eating through your clothes and your fur.
Okay, but since it did hit me, I'm gonna go ahead and activate Alendress's Wrath.
Cool.
Which I'm not sure how it looks, but basically, so the actual effect is that an enemy within 5 squares of me hits me, and it takes radiant damage equal to my Constitution modifier, and I push it 2 squares.
Are you gonna push it 2 squares?
I sure am.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't target it. Oh, there we go. I wasn't on me. And so I'm gonna go con radiant damage, and then push it 2 squares.
Okay, which direction would you like to push it?
Up, I guess.
So hit like 1, 2, like that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's still its turn because that was your reaction, correct?
It was.
It uses its move action, and you watch as it kind of like an amoeba, as it extrudes itself forward and goes and moves back. And this movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. It's a shift, 4 squares shift, flowing form is what it's called. And it is done. It is now Levelis' turn. Levelis takes 5 damage from the acid eating through her skin. And
I'd say I love it.
At the end of your turn, you'll get to save against it, but right now you get to do something.
I sure do. What is it that I'm gonna do though? Let's find out.
It's a mystery.
Yeah. Gee whiz. Look, I'm gonna keep it simple. Canthellan's Retribution. Okay. This is the flashbang one.
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That's a hit.
Goodness. I had no idea what my bonus was. Okay. And then.
Nice.
Cool. Sloga spends his turn getting into battle. Round 2.
Yeah.
Sir Vanazor arrives.
Raw. Oh, I just see, oh, there we go. It just took a while to load.
That's where you begin your turn.
Okay, let me sort this map out. It's a bit weird. Oh no. Where's the jelly?
It's underneath them.
Oh, okay.
It's it's the thing underneath them.
So it looks like they're not too far away from me, actually. So maybe I want to just charge to start with, right?
Sounds good to me. ABC.
Yep.
Always be charging.
Where are my powers? There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like that, right? And then
Yeah, you can be there, and you get +1 to hit when you charge.
oh, okay, cool. I'll put a modifier on there, and I will use my howling strike.
Get him, Vanazor.
Whoa!
Wow, nice.
Woo!
Fuck yeah.
That's what's up.
Oh, don't forget. Something happens when you crit.
Yeah, rampage. So I've crit. So once per round, when you score a critical hit with a barbarian attack power, you can immediately make a melee-based attack as a free action.
So let's resolve this attack first, and then do your basic attack.
I'm going to resolve this attack.
This should be interesting.
That could have been better. Yeah, and then sorry, my crit was that, and that means I get a basic melee, so I'm going to do that now, which is just my great axe.
I mean, it's a good axe.
I don't think I hit with that.
Well, you don't be targeted again. What are you doing?
I keep hitting a target. Sorry, I'll drag it for now.
Yep, that misses. But you're done, correct?
Wait a minute. I might use my Savage Growl.
Ooh.
So I hit an enemy.
Yes.
I didn't reduce it to 0 hit points, right?
We're correct.
So I'm going to mark the target.
Cool. Drag the mark onto it. You did.
Ooh.
Or please do, rather.
On the Savage Growl. How do I do that? Is that a little man? Yeah, there we go. That work?
Yep.
Okay,
you have marked him.
And now I think I've actually got him targeted for once. Yes, good.
Yep, I can see that.
So I mark the target, and then until the mark ends, you and the target deal 1d8 extra damage against each other.
Oh my god.
So
To the death!
yes, so we're just slapping each other in the face.
I mean, he doesn't have to attack you. He could attack somebody else, but he's not. He's likely to miss if he does that.
Just roll a d8.
Hmm?
Which is that one?
Why are you rolling a d8?
Oh. Sorry. Until the mark ends, you and the target deal 1d8 extra damage against each other.
Yeah, but you have that's an addition. That's when you attack.
Okay.
It's an extra d8. Like when you do stuff to each other, it's worse.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Then I should have done my savage growl before I did my.
Well, it's a brand new power, so now you know. Now you've learned a little bit about it. Ko! Sir Vanajor just heroically charged in.
Thank you, Sir Vanazor. Okay, so you've charged in. You've attacked this thing.
Squealing and covered in jelly.
Yeah, she's covered. Yeah, Levelis is covered in orange, yellowish jelly. She's like smoking. There's like acidic smoke coming off of her.
Well, we're gonna start off by getting some old Stone's endurance on, fight off some of this nastiness. And I am going to 5 storms probably isn't very good, so I'm gonna stick to my Simorg's wings attack technique. But I'm actually I think I'm gonna shift 1.
Okay.
Here, and then attack it so I can knock it back 1 if I hit. So I think I have it targeted. So let's go ahead and. Not very good.
Swing and a miss.
All right. Well, that is my valiant effort, and I think that's all I got, and that's okay because it's Orin's turn now.
Okay, Orin, you arrive on the scene.
Wait a minute. There were arrows in this corpse. How is this a jelly encounter?
There are still arrows in the corpse.
There sure are.
So it's 4 squares large,
It's 2 by 2. Correct.
and 3 people are inside of it.
Well, there's a corpse that it seems to be in the process of like slowly digesting, and then Levelis and Co are standing in it. It's like a mat. It's like a giant rug made of living jelly.
Oh, okay.
And you can see that there's like a pseudopod has erupted out of it and is acting like a kind of a fist. And it smacked Levelis. But it looks as though, upon your arrival, it looks as though somebody just rocked it. And now it's kind of changing it, even though it doesn't have eyeballs. You sense that it's paying a lot more attention to Sir Vanazor now. Hit!
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
I did.
Interesting.
He's slowed. Also, wait. He split?
What?
Oh, far out.
So Ochre Jelly 2 just appeared out of nowhere.
No, your attack causes it to split in 2, and this is where the second part of it arrives. In fact, we could kind of put it there if it makes more sense to you.
That's a really blue rules thing.
Yeah.
Since technically Ochre 2 was the Ochre Jelly that I just hit, can I mark it?
Sure, you can mark either one of them. Ooh, Ochre Jelly 1 is going to untarget Levelis.
Right.
No.
Oh, hang on a minute. Ochre Jelly 1 is going to untarget Levelis and target Sir Vanazor.
Yeah.
Why would the jelly do that?
Because you marked it. Because you pissed it off. You critted it. And it's going to try and slam you with a pseudopod.
A pseudopod?
Yep. It hits you. It does 2d6 plus 1. Wham! And because it's really pissed... Oh, wow. Because it's pissed at you, it does another 8. You have 14 damage.
Right.
And that's Ochre Jelly... Oh, and... I'm sorry. And... Did you save on the end of your turn, Levelis?
I did not.
you might want to save because otherwise you're going to keep taking damage.
What type of save is it?
It's a there are no different types of saves in 4th edition. A saving throw is
literally just
on your main tab. There's a saving throw thing, and it'll automatically. Nope. Okay. Cool. Oh, yeah. So it's just going to continue. If you use your character sheet main tab, there's a saving throw button, and it will automatically apply the result to the first thing you were affected by. So if you have 3 different effects on you, it won't save against all of them, but it'll definitely work against the first one. Okay. But you don't need to do that. You can just do what you did. And I go, yep, it keeps going. Servanazor also is now covered in acid and burninating. And ochre jelly number 2.
Welcome to the party.
Ochre jelly number 2. It's funny that when I duplicated ochre jelly 1, it kept its target. So it's still targeting Levelis, but it doesn't want to do that. It wants to target Orin. It remembers how Orin, the elf, the high elf, wounded it. So oh yeah, that's
I brought it into existence, just to be clear.
Well, this is how ochre jellies treat their parents. Nert, you are wounded. Yeah. And you are covered in acid.
Jelly!
It's delicious.
I remember another TRPG where we got covered in jelly.
That is right. That was delicious jelly, though, that you got to stick your fingers into. Let's not remember Matt O'Driscoll.
Where we played Paranoia.
Because he definitely stuck his fingers into it over and over again. Levelis,
yes.
It's you. Zoga will be here eventually, I assume.
All right. I would love to move away. Let's see how that goes. Boop. Does anything bad happen to me?
Well, it could take an attack of opportunity.
Is it gonna?
But if it did that, I think Servanazor gets to do something. No.
I think you could also shift.
Come on.
Right? That would prevent it.
Come on, Jelly. Come on.
Shift is only 1 square.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how far do you want to move? Okay, that's okay. Well, yeah, it's gonna ochre jelly number 1 will untarget Servanazor, target Levelis, and attack.
Also get combat superiority if he moves up.
Who are you talking to? What?
I'm talking to you and the ochre jelly.
The ochre jelly gets combat superiority?
I do. If that ochre jelly moves,
okay,
I get to take an attack of opportunity that can stop its movement.
The ochre jelly missed. So you're free.
Why does it say automatic miss?
Because it rolled a 1.
All right, cool. And does Vanazor have to do anything because of the attack?
He's marked, right?
It meant that because he's marked, he takes -2 on his attack. So the jelly rolled a 1, and instead of being 1 + 8, it was 1 + 6 because of Vanazor's mark.
Right.
It's usually warlords who. Anyway, yeah.
Some healthy distance here. I just want a little bit of distance. Let me.
Hey, you want to be closer to the tree?
1, 2, 3, 4. What? I mean, I guess I don't. Okay.
Why do you say it like that? You like trees. You're an elf.
Yep, I sure do.
You're a wood elf.
Really
it's in your name.
Trees.
It's in your name.
Yep.
You feel safer being by the tree.
This is the first time that I've ever really felt the weight of you as a DM. Like, I've never been Colvilled before, and now it's happening. And it's frightening. Okay.
Not an enjoyable experience.
Anna's like, now you know how I feel.
He's all I've ever known.
So anyway,
okay, great.
Nothing happens. Now that you're near the tree, nothing happens yet. Go ahead.
Great. Love the yet. I'm just reading my thing real quick. I think I'm gonna try Song of Briaris. I'm not sure that it'll do anything. Sorry, there's a lag on my thing. Okay. I'm not sure that it'll do anything, but I'm gonna try it. 'Cause why not? All right. So, I gotta click over here, and I gotta do this, and I gotta click that, and I gotta go wee.
Oh, cool. There's a giant pink square.
Ooh.
Yeah. There we go. I just, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh.
Cool. And I'm going to, I've already got it target. So, Wisdom versus Fortitude.
Nope.
Bum.
Well, I tried. And that is my turn. If the combat tracker will open.
Hey, it's Zoga. Zoga arrives on the map.
Oh, wait. Am I meant to make a saving throw again?
Yes, please do. Why can't I
Saving throw.
make the grid show? That's weird.
Why am I cursed?
The good news
Explain to
is
me.
you're still going to take damage. I'm sorry. I guess that's bad news from your point of view.
I'm just storming in here. I just like straight up, like I let out like a warlord's cry, just like brandishing my sword, like I'm holding it, like with the blade like, coming out of like the sort of bottom side of my hand. If that makes sense, there's got to be a better way to describe that than what I just did. But anyway,
I think I know
so
what you mean. I think like you're
with,
grabbing the hilt, so the sword. I get it. I think I get it. Yeah.
With both hands, and I just like run in there, just like bury the sword in this, or attempt to rather, into this ochre. Boom! That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, look at that! And you have it targeted.
Yes.
So hopefully it knows to max your damage out. It did. Yep.
Bam! And let's see. That was Warlord's favor, so I get to.
You see patches. You see patches of ground now in these. Like the ochre jelly is no longer carpeting the entire area. There are patches of bare ground opening up inside it.
Auron gets +4 to rolls against ochre number 2.
That's cool.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
And that's my turn.
Sir Vanazor takes 5 points of damage, is bloodied from the acid that is eating through his armor. It's your turn, Mr.
So I
Zor.
roll my save.
You roll your save at the end of your turn. It's the last thing you do.
Yeah, sorry.
The first thing that happens is you take the effect, then you take your turn, then the last thing is you save.
Okay. I'm still targeting. Yeah, jelly number 1. But then do we do the savage growl thing again? That's like I guess we do that in as well, right? 1d8.
It just means if you hit, you do an extra d8.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna howling strike this git face again because I'm right in a good spot with it. Actually, maybe not. Because I'm in range of both of these. I could great cleave, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Each enemy in burst that you could see. Attack burst. Yeah, okay. So I am going to great cleave because that's like swinging my axe around my head. So let me target this chap. I've got them both targeted. Right, here we go.
Both hit.
Like I hit on both of them.
Yes.
Yep.
Both.
Okay, let's do the old damage. Okay.
So you did
That's the
16.
damage.
You did 16 damage to each of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking cool. And then you do an extra d8. Go ahead and roll a d8. It won't apply it automatically. I'll have to do it because it won't know its damage.
Okay.
But I'll add it after you roll it. Easy to do.
There you go. That's my guy.
It's Ko.
Right. Ko is going to do his 5 storms attack technique on both of these ochre jellies.
I'm also Vanazor to save against the acid.
Hit. Oh, that's right, Sir Vanazor. Don't forget to save. If you use the main page of your character tab and you make your saving throw by clicking the button and rolling the die, it'll know. Oh, ochre jelly 2 died.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I smush that one on my bat and I pull it up. Its stickiness just clinging as I bring that down on the other with my flurry of blows.
That's fucking cool. The ochre jelly is still there. It's just now a bunch of little pools of sizzling acid. It no longer has any constituent. It's no longer thick. Consistency to it.
I like that. And then I'm gonna use my 5 storms movement technique, which lets me shift 2 squares. And I'm gonna say, see ya, and I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Alrighty, time.
Oh wait, would I have been flanking if I stayed here? Would I help Auron to flank?
Yeah, absolutely. But that being said, Auron's already at +4 in addition to. Well, actually, Auron was +4 to the one that's dead, I think.
Correct. Yeah, ochre
okay.
jelly too. Yeah.
I'll hang out here and provide some support to my other elven friend.
You get +2
Yes.
if you don't move.
Support. So I give myself combat advantage. And I'm gonna go ahead. I already used Steel Serpent Strike, so I think I'm gonna use Grappling. Oh,
Nice.
Oh, there you go. Take that.
Holy shit.
Now we're rolling.
Yeah.
You guys have you guys have been rolling incredibly well tonight.
Suck it.
That's funny.
You're dead.
Oh,
Blam. Clobbered it.
That crit only did 1 more damage than it would have if you had just hit normally, which I find amusing. So both ochre jellies are now just sizzling, or I should say the one big ochre jelly that turned into 2 ochre jellies are now just sizzling pools of this like yellow mustardy goo. Some of you I think are still taking damage though. Let's see, hang on a second. Lavelis, do you want to go ahead and roll or make a saving throw?
Come on.
Nope. I wonder, are you guys just all going to die from acid?
Can't we just wash ourselves off?
Well, do you want to, by the time you find some water, you'll be dead.
I think the stop, drop, and roll method is actually pretty effective. There's dirt on the ground.
Yeah, I want the
Chickens and
dirt. I want-
squirrels clean themselves.
Well, unfortunately, all that's going to happen is you'll burn the ground. Zoga doesn't have anything on him. Vanazor takes 5 damage.
And then I roll.
Hey,
a
hang on,
save.
hang on, hang on.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
heal?
yeah. Zoga, hang on.
Yeah, I use my action to use a healing surge.
Like as soon as, well, no, hang on. As soon as that thing, like, cause it just went through my turn, right?
Yeah. It's your. It can still be your turn.
Okay, yeah. So like this thing is dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh, thank you.
yeah, there we go. And same to Lavella. So I'm just gonna like be like,
Thank you.
what was the big deal? Because I just showed up and these things both immediately were killed. So
Sorry.
what's everybody yelling?
Hey,
about?
everybody. Yeah. Like.
Do I need to do a save?
Yep.
Okay, look.
Other people in the party might have powers that help you with saving throws. Oh my god, you guys. Ko, it's your turn if you want to do anything.
Can I splash milk on one of them?
Unfortunately,
Oh my God.
unfortunately, that would just burn the milk. Oren takes 5 damage. You want to make a saving throw?
The milk.
One way to die. We come in and smash the shit out of these jellies and then just die.
Well, that's why ochre jellies are people like experienced dungeon crawlers know that these things are super nasty. Oren, it's your turn.
I am gonna go up to Lavella's because Lavella's has, she is looking a bit more fucked up.
Having a rough time.
So I'm gonna go to Lavella's.
Ko, do you want to now that Anna has thought of that? Do you want to try and do the same thing on your turn?
Yeah, I would have wanted to do that for Lavelis, and while that happens, be like, I'm so sorry.
Do you want to do it for
Servanazor is closer to you.
It's
It's up to you. It's up to you. I don't care.
Gosh, I do have a bond with Sir Vanazor. Seeing as Lavelis is already has Orin over her, I will help out my friend.
Listen,
friend Sir Vanazor.
think about this. You guys have never seen a melted dragon man. They could be nastier than a regular dragon man.
You know, if we
That's
take your
true.
health, we can turn it
I let
into
it melt.
So I make a heal check.
Yep.
Can this roleplay be like I am pouring milk on him? It didn't have to be.
Yeah, sure,
Neutralize
absolutely.
the acid.
Absolutely.
We all
Well,
know what it looks like.
Servanazor, go ahead and make another saving throw.
Okay. Where's my save?
Yeah, the milk neutralizes the acid.
I'm so glad that worked.
Success.
26 is pretty crazy. So, Lavelis, go ahead and make a saving throw at +2.
Oh yes, I love this for me. Okay.
Don't worry, you're going to roll 3.
Okay.
I'm just like actually swiping and just eating jelly.
Oh, you made
Thank
it.
goodness.
You did roll a 3, by the way. You
Oh,
just rolled a
thank
3 and a
goodness.
1 before.
And now it's my turn.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Now you get to... They're correct. Look at that. You guys are all fine. Shut up. What are you worried
I
about?
ate the jelly. That's all we had to do is eat the
Nom, nom,
jelly.
nom, nom,
Just add a
nom,
little
nom, nom,
bit to it.
Just
I
some-
am singed and I am damp.
like me. There's a dead ochre jelly, and there's a dead body.
I'm gonna go examine the body now that there's a dead jelly.
There are several black arrows sticking out of this body.
What are they made of?
If you remove them,
There you go.
it's go ahead and make it's something you've never seen before. Go ahead and make an Arcana check, Levelis.
I will do
I'm
that.
so gonna take a look.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm going to do it in the tower. I forgot what that. Yep.
Holy shit!
What the swear
Oh,
words?
hang on a second. I didn't describe it
Cursing.
accurately.
Cussing? What? Okay.
Oops.
Oh.
Erase.
Yeah.
Here, you guys didn't see that.
Wow!
Oh, man.
Wow! You
Oh,
Wow.
entire chat.
I'm just gonna tell them anyway. I'm gonna start sounding like a friggin' conspiracy theorist to all of you, but this isn't real. This doesn't exist. This shouldn't exist.
What?
This material.
The jelly?
Okay, these arrows, solid black, pure black. All right. They're not made of wood. But they are. But this is wood. It's wood. But the trees don't exist.
Huh?
Trees don't exist. the arrows are made from wood, from trees that aren't. They aren't here. They're not. If they do exist, they exist somewhere else. But I mean on a planar level.
So I'm gonna pick up one of these arrows and try and snap it.
Okay.
See if I can just snap it easily, or if it feels like.
How strong are you? Oh yeah, you can snap it, no problem. It's wood. It's really strong wood. I mean, it's certainly stronger than most arrows would be, but they're not impossibly strong.
Okay.
Realistically, the make of the arrow, does the make of the arrow match any particular? I mean, that sounds bizarre, but assuming that humans make arrows slightly differently to elves, slightly differently to goblins or whatever, does the make of it match? Oh. Oh.
There's 6 arrows in this corpse.
One for each of us.
Holy, what? I mean, okay, wait, who's the corpse? Is it a human? Do they look what kind of clothes are they wearing?
Hang on a second.
Do they look like they were special at all, or was it just this is mysterious as hell?
Okay, who's inspecting the body? Was it you, Levelis? You've handed over the arrow.
Yeah, it was me.
It's a human. Human woman.
Do they look fancier than a typical human?
Do
they look important?
They look hang on a second.
I'm gonna do it. I mean, how could it be worse than the jellies, right? I'm flipping the body over.
Yeah.
When I said arrows there, Orin, I meant feathers. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You flip the body over, it's an old woman.
No. Okay. This old woman looks familiar. Oh.
Wait,
Pawley.
Pawley. How did she get all the way over here?
Yeah. Wait.
Was she one of the living ones, or was she one of the dead ones?
She was one of the living ones. She was one of the Pawleys were the ones who were trying to load up all their furniture onto the thing.
Polly
that
is
was
the
the
one that was
tinnies.
talking to Anne.
It's a tin. Yeah.
The tinnies were the furniture people. The Pawleys, at least one Pawley was in the cemetery, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, I think Gwir Pawley is Anne Pawley's mother?
That's what I thought.
Oh, jeez.
Well, she said Colville said old, right? Maybe grandmother.
Maybe grandmother.
Gwir Pawley is what's the word I'm looking for? She's the mom. She has a daughter. She has a daughter, and she has a mother. She's not the grandmother.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
We haven't seen this this is the same person we just saw at the caravan.
It seems to be, yeah. Same clothes.
Like an imposter could be.
Hmm?
Yeah, I would like to run to the caravan.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Shit.
You see Ko run to just take off and run.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah, I think my instincts would be to follow him, even though like I'm not sure why he's running. I'm just like, if there's trouble, I'm off.
I'm gonna pat down the body and see, like, check pockets and things.
So Ko's taking off, Servanazor's taking off, Levelis is looking to see if this person has any spare cash.
Or precious family heirlooms that I should take back to them. I've learned that humans care about those.
You're able to reach the caravan pretty easily. You guys aren't that far away. The scouts weren't scouting that far ahead, and the people at the caravan were all wondering where you've been and whether you're safe.
Oh,
Gwir? Sorry, Yuga.
I'm I'm gonna start making my way back, but I'm gonna bring the body with me because I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna slowly drag the body back. Go ahead.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
Is Gwir Pawley along with them?
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. I look at Zoga and
and
Sir Vanazor for a second and try to convey to them without alerting this person that it seems like there's a copy there. Like, do you recognize, like,
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
and all the while, I think Ko would probably try to relax the crowd and be like, oh, it's nothing, we took care of it, and slowly make his way over to Anne and try to separate her in a gentle way from the mom.
Just to catch me up real quick, because I was looking at chat. So, the body that we found in the ochre jelly is the body of somebody who's in the group, and actually that person is in the group currently alive, right?
Correct.
And it's Anne's mom.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what I got. Yep. Oh yeah. I'll walk with you, Ko, towards Anne and Gwir, is it? But more of like, I'm just watching what you're up to, just in case something goes off. Like I guess I saw the body that was flipped, so I understand what's going on. So yeah, I'm like, something's not right here. But I'm letting you take the lead.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wait.
Almost
Levelis was dragging this body back.
Sure am.
She is.
I don't know
yes.
Okay, I'm
gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna about face and catch up with Levelis before she gets to the group, or try to.
I'm all like well intentions. I'm like, will they want to plant this one as well?
Yeah, I feel like we
Go ahead and make a
need
bluff
to-
check, Ko.
Oh gosh.
I just want to see if they can tell. I want to see if they can tell what you're trying to do, the humans.
So good at these.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you are able to. So you guys, Ko is able to kind of herd Anne Pawley away from her mom, and these families do not congregate as families, right? Like they all intermix and everything because they're on a journey together and they all know each other. So Gwir doesn't even notice that Ko's doing anything.
Are there
For the
like
record, I have stopped bringing the body.
It's a weird one, but Savannahsaur being a dragonborn,
Yes.
does he have like a kind of like an acute sense of smell? Would I be able to like kind of sniff Gwir and tell if like something's not quite right?
Do lizards? Dragons don't dragons have like
Out with your tongue.
super acute senses of smell? I think they do.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
When I think of like Smog from The Hobbit, well, thief, I can smell you. So yeah, sure, I can. There's a precedent.
Okay. Is that
Make a spell check.
Yeah, what would I roll?
No, it's just a perception. I mean, not perception. It's just like being able to see, right? It's a sense. It's a sense you have.
Okay.
So go ahead and you smell Gwir Pawley discreetly, the living one, and you. What did you guys do with the body? Well, actually, no. You smell Gwir Pawley. She smells like a human.
Hi.
She has her own unique, aroma. Each person is different.
Nothing unusual.
No,
Okay.
no. People all want to know what happened, and I assume you tell them.
Maybe not yet.
Okay. What was all the screaming about?
We saw a beast that we took care of it. It was nothing but a hazard that had wandered its way out into the woods. We took care of it.
The people seem a little suspicious. Why is the actually, where's Levelis? Where are you right now?
Still a little ways off because Zoga ran up to stop me. So I'm just, still a little ways back between the clearing and the caravan, just like holding the body underneath its armpits.
Can I go back?
The people want to know, like, why is your armor all? Was there a dragon? Did it breathe on you? Like, why is your armor smoking? From the acid.
This creature had some kind of acid attack. It was nothing. We were fine.
Oh, okay.
We are powerful and strong.
Oh, okay.
Once again, we saved you.
Oh, okay. If you shall we continue?
Can I want to do just a perception check on the body that Levelis pulled.
Okay.
Just to kind of see if there's anything like unusual with the body. Like maybe the body is not the actual like mom, but I'd want to see if I could figure out.
Has Zoga told me that that she's still alive?
Yes.
Great.
Sorry.
Because I want to make a nature check.
Oren, what were you saying?
Yeah, I just want to do a perception check on the body.
Okay, go for it. Roll in the tower, please.
Anything that might indicate.
I mean, yeah, it is burned, but not as bad as you guys. It was actually. Hang on a second, Oren. What, you made a perception check? Yeah, I'll allow it. Hang on a second. So I'm sorry. I was just dealing with Oren and Oren's investigation with somebody else making a check and trying to figure something out. Levelis?
Yeah, I wanted to do just a nature check for sort of the same sort of thing. Like, is this really a body? I wanted to be like, is this actually like a human body?
Is this actually a human body? Great question. There you go.
Okay.
And so
interesting.
I'll look at Levelis.
Thank you, Cat5 Gaming.
Speak in common just for the benefit of our party members.
Yeah.
I'll ask, like, from what I can tell, this is Gwir Pawley, but I don't know if that's what you got from this too.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Well, if Valisaur smelt the alive one, then he's suspicious about the dead one. Can I kind of casually wander back and give the dead one a sniff?
Well, the people are starting to wonder, like, where's Levelis and Oren?
I'm just gonna go and collect them. Don't worry. You stay here. I won't be long.
So Servanazor walks off into the forest. It's not that far away. And
Did I find any trinkets or knickknacks on the body?
I mean, sure, whatever Gwir has on her, this Gwir has.
Holy, what?
Like, Gwir has a necklace. She's got a bracelet. She has a torque. She's married. Married people in this culture wear torques.
What the heck's a torque?
It is a large flat. It's like something that lays on your collarbone. It's like a necklace made of copper that goes around that lays on your. Anyway, it's hard to describe. Torque. Torque.
Okay.
Actually, TORC, I think. Sorry.
I think we should probably I'm gonna look at Levelis and kind of indicate that I'm lifting some of these identifiable pieces from her, because we may need to use them later in case there's a question about what we might have to do with this other one. Also, and then I looked at Lavelle, so I was like, I'm not really paying to these humans. Well, that there's twins.
I mean, it's good a guess as any.
Oh, well. Anyway, yeah. So I'll go ahead and take the I'll take the torque, and then I'll just.
All look the same to me anyway.
Yeah, I mean, one could be as easily the same. It could be all the next. You know what I mean? We should figure out what to do with this body though, because they're gonna get nosy. They're too curious for their own good.
We should have Vanazor burn it.
Speaking of nosy, I want to smell it. Have I arrived?
Yeah, sure, you're there. Yeah.
Okay. I'll explain to Levelis and Orin that I am pretty sure that the what's her name again? The Gwir back there is a human.
Oh, we're pretty sure
we
that
have
this
to
one's
assume.
human.
And then I take a big and this is also a dead Gwir. And I look confused. And I look confused.
I mean, there's maybe a little bit of ambiguity because she's dead. She's been dead some time.
All right.
And there's the ochre jelly kind of acid, but there's definitely that same same scent.
I'm
Well,
not
that's
getting
the other
anything
thing,
around
is,
like alarm bells ringing or anything like that. It's just like.
You know, from what I can tell, this Gwir didn't die from the ogre jelly. She died from the arrows, and then the ogre jelly should have been rolled over her, basically. But she's obviously like not as burned as we are, so that's something to keep in mind as well. And then
There was no sign of a struggle in the area. She was just dead.
Yeah.
Make an insight check, Lavelis.
Oh, okay. I will do that. I love making insight checks. Why haven't I been making more of them? Look at that, +11.
Oh, actually, there's no critical failure on a skill check, and you have a huge bonus.
Okay.
Wow.
You have a huge bonus. So hang on a second.
The number of times I've made secret rolls today and been met with open laughter.
What did you? I'm sorry, Dale. What did you just say? Before I asked you for your insight check, you said something.
I said there was no sign of a struggle in the area. Right. She was just shot dead.
Yeah, I came back here to stop Levelis from approaching the group with, a dead Gwir Pawley.
Making it Bernie's kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
Which was a good call. Let's be real.
To save panic amongst our human companions, we must hide this body somewhere. They cannot see this.
It gets a little weirder. There were no tracks in the area where the body was. None. Like, none. I'm assuming, based on the wording of this GM whisper that I've received, not even human tracks.
No tracks.
Were there human tracks? Were there her tracks?
I refer you to all the instructions are on the card.
Okay, great.
I also had a
there were no
perception check.
tracks at all. There were literally no tracks.
No tracks. Mystery arrows.
Could the ochre jelly have brought her over here? Like maybe she moved, like floated on top of it, and that's why there's no tracks?
I mean, ochre jellies are pretty, you saw what they can do, right? If it wanted to, it could definitely have like picked one of you up and moved you around.
That still doesn't explain the arrows. Can I inspect that arrow that
I
Sure.
took?
Yep. Yep, you can check it out. Let's see.
So
I'm gonna start scouting around the area for somewhere I could like hide this body. Basically, I don't want the humans to see this.
Okay, let's see. One of the things I love about this is I never remember what the skills are in any edition because I know so many. I have so many in my head. It's very easy, nice. I can just pull up your character and look and see. Go ahead and make a thievery check, Sir Vanazor.
Thievery, so
Yep.
Okay.
How it, with the fact that the people are like on their way. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, you're able to, almost as good as a rogue would do it. Hide the body and cover it up and make sure it's under a bush and the bush can't be seen from different angles. So Yeah, you're pretty sure that they won't be able to find the arrow if they come, the body if they come looking.
Good.
So, Tim, I do have a pet theory about the arrows. It's not like great news. It's fine. Everything's fine. Have you all heard of drow?
It's yes. Oh,
I heard of
that's-
drow.
Yeah.
Probably.
Have we all heard of drow?
Sure. None of you have ever met one. They're not native to this plane.
But we're aware of that.
You know they exist. Yeah, well,
Are
especially Orin.
elves.
I mean, Orin and Levelis would know more about the drow than any of these other assholes.
Okay, great.
Right, because you are elves.
Yeah. Team, I'm
Heard
beginning
stories.
to think. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that the arrows might have been made by drow. They've got a lot of the sort of elven design markers. But, like I mentioned, the trees aren't So, when I say the trees aren't trees, I mean that they're trees from not this world. And if you know about drow, you might recall that they were banished from this world ages ago. They live in sort of a different world.
They're like
And
a world below type of thing, right? Where it's like if there are
Yeah.
trees, it's from trees that don't see the sunlight.
Yeah.
That seems that is a perfectly logical line of thought supported by all the evidence.
All right. Is it also a logical leap from there to think that maybe some of the weird darkness spreading around in this forest might be connected to such an incursion from the world below?
I think that is probably the most reasonable conclusion based on what you know and what you've seen.
Okay. I think we're dealing with drow, fam.
And
I hear they make excellent surgeons.
Ha ha ha!
oh my god.
I'm so happy.
It all comes together.
All right.
So Zoga asked a good question.
Ooh, yes.
Like, are we familiar enough with like drow and their antics to know if they do tend to be like shapeshifters? Although I'm assuming like, you know, there's multiple different career paths.
Yeah. You know that they are masters of deceit, but they don't have in your experience. I should say experience in the stories that you've heard. None of the stories you've keep in mind that what you know about drow is like what I know about the Trojan War. Right, like they're these mythical things from prehistory. Right, I don't have any direct experience of it, and I'm probably confusing my memories with various different sources. They don't in the stories you've heard. They don't have any facility for disguising themselves or shape changing or anything like that. But they are considered like betrayers. That's their reputation, masters of deceit. Kind of like the Scorpion clan.
With regards to this whole two Gwir Pawley situation, can I make an Arcana check just to see if there's magic afoot?
You're just trying to tell if there's magic happening.
Or like if the source of the two Gwir Pawleys could be magical.
Go ahead, yeah.
Alright.
There's no evidence of magic.
Okay.
That's not to say that it isn't magic, but this Gwir
Keeping my
Pawley,
fingers crossed for a closed time loop.
this Gwir Pawley appears to be just as mundane as the one you left back in the forest behind you.
All right,
Yep,
then.
time loop.
It's gotta be.
You sh-
All right. Well, I mean, do we just keep an eye on the living one and you know, hope for the best?
Maybe part of this curse that the shambling mound warned us of is, you know, has to do with like maybe time itself is starting to be affected by whatever dark magic is afoot here. So
One thing that he showed us is it was half of his face in light and half of his face in darkness. Maybe there's like evil Spock, a version of
Evil
buddy.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
That means there's an evil Anne somewhere.
Oh yeah, with a little goatee.
Yeah. I was thinking more like Chucky or something.
Oh, okay. That would make more sense.
I wonder if there's a way to get Anne to ask her mother a question only her mother would know the answer to.
Yeah, I was thinking about something like that as well. Like,
You know,
That's a very clever idea. That's a very clever idea, Madam Driscoll.
So, like, Co, you're with her. I don't know if you could, like, you know, find out something only her mother would know and see if we can work out if she can either answer it.
So this is one of those areas where I feel like I'm not as clever as my character might be. Like,
right.
Like how would I do that? Would that be something that Co might be able to do, or is that something beyond my capability?
Well, the problem isn't with Co's intelligence. The problem isn't with Co's intelligence, wisdom, or knowledge of humans. The problem is you just haven't known the Pawleys long enough. Like, Servanazor's plan is a good one if you knew what to ask, but you've literally only known these people like 12 hours.
Thing is, though, is that like Co doesn't necessarily need to know the Pawley's family, but he can key off of what Anne's response is. Like if he asks her mom something, and then if Anne's response, if her look is just like, "Wait, that doesn't make any sense."
So what you got to do is you got to come up with something you could ask Anne about what her mom knows.
Almost something like this is being a dad. This is like a classic. Like, what's now I'm talking like OD. I'm out of character, but what does your mum say to you last thing at night? Right? It's like a thing you always say to your kids. Always the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And so something like that, along those lines, right? So then only those two would know the answer to that question. Like, what's the last thing? And normally it's like a certain thing, right?
Yeah. There's also like favorite bedtime stories. What's your mom's favorite song? Like what do you do all the time? You know. Also, it's like when you know you ask the mom like, "Oh, when is blah blah blah's birthday?" She's like,
do you know what? Yeah, when is your birthday, Anne? Ask. That's a good one. Like, when is your birthday? And then you can ask Gwir, like, when? Oh, when's your daughter's birthday?
Ooh, that's a great idea. Yeah, I like that. Because then I could be like, oh, I'd like to get her a proper club for her birthday. When is that again?
Yeah.
I like that plan. That's
so
a great idea.
Co is going to ask Anne her birthday, and then go ask Anne's mom her birthday. Is that the idea? And see if the two dates. See if Gwir actually has an answer, and then see if that answer. And presumably you're going to do it, each of them in such a way that the other doesn't know you're doing it.
Correct.
Okay. That's a good idea. You go to Anne, and she's just over the moon that you want to come talk to her. And she's like, "Do you need help?"
No, I don't need help right now.
Oh.
But that's very kind of you to ask. Well, actually,
I can, when we play Jacks, I can get all 6 of the, oh, sorry.
Oh, that's very impressive that you can get all 6 jacks.
I can show you.
Sure, yes, show me.
She goes to her dad's pack and starts rummaging around and gets her jacks out and starts playing with them on the ground. Matt Colville doesn't know how jacks work or what they do.
I don't either.
But you get the idea, yeah.
You don't know?
He patiently waits. You know, he has a giant's patience, so he lets her teach and get excited and happy, and then says something like, "Oh, where did you get these jacks? Did you get these jacks for your birthday?"
Yeah, she did, yes. And she says, "Yes.
When was
I've had these since I was 6.
And how old are you now?
I am 8.
And when do you turn 9? That's when you turn 9. That's a very special day in Arrowman culture.
She tells you what she tells you when. She tells you her birthday.
Okay. Well,
you don't
Ko
recognize
smiles.
the calendar because the humans don't use the same calendar that the Barrowmen do. But yeah,
He like writes it phonetically on his arm.
it's not hard to remember. Yeah.
And then he plays jacks with her for a few minutes, and then tells her to practice her club swings.
She picks up the ball and tries to hit it with the stick. Wait, I can do it. Wait, I can do it. Wait, watch.
I'm watching.
Okay.
So that I guess that continues for a little while until it's kind of normal to return to the group.
Yeah.
And so where's the rest of the party right now? Are they still away talking about this, or are they with the group? Or...
I think they're still.
Yeah, I think at this point, like, I probably would have like come back towards like the.
Well, you guys have Servanazor has hidden the body, so you guys are all free to return.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
At
think
that point, I think that's probably how we would have discussed with Ko, because he already has like rapport with Anne. Just that way it wouldn't be weird or suspicious.
I'm closing the map since we don't need it anymore, but you guys are free to continue using it as an aid to memoir.
Yeah, because I'd say Ko is wary of not having at least one of us.
Yes.
With her in sight.
With Anne or Gwir?
Well,
Gwir.
with Anne, but also Gwir.
You ask. Go ahead.
I will, like, I'm not like approaching Anne to like be chatty with her or something, but like after I see you and her chat for a little bit, and then like when you move off, I will just kind of fall back like to generally like in her direction while she can to like swing the bat and the ball or whatever this kid's doing.
Ko smiles and like gives a very dad-like your turn look and walks back towards the rest of the caravan. And spots out Gwir.
Okay, yeah, you can find Gwir. That's easy.
So he walks up to Gwir, more conversational, and tells Gwir how awesome her daughter is, how it reminds him of his own, and tries to organically work into the conversation, like she has quite the arm with the club I gave her, but I'd love to give her a proper one on her next birthday. When might that be?
Go ahead and make a bluff check, Ko.
Damn it.
Oh, come on, mate.
Having flashbacks to my first character death, which was also in a bluff check. Not great.
Well,
She says, "Whoa, I'm sorry. I apologize. Morovius just gave 50 gifted subs.
whoa.
Thank you very much, Morovius.
Lot.
Welcome to the sub club. That is an enormous amount of gifted subs. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it." And on that note, she kind of looks at you. Gwir kind of tilts her head, and she says, "Now, why on earth would you be wanting to know that?" And I think that's where we'll stop it.
Okay.
But he just told her why he wants to know that, so he can give her a nice
a
birthday
pretty
present.
simple question.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
she's already acting suspiciously, so just
Mm.
not
Yeah.
rock Ko.
But having said that, just so that everyone does know, in Wodes, time gets wibbly wobbly. And I know that we went into this forest being like it's not a Wode, but also it might be becoming a Wode. So like,
Look, I don't trust Gwir Pawley
Mid-time
anymore. I might take out all 6 of my magical black arrows and shoot her
yeah.
in the back with them right here.
I don't trust her either. But also, what if it's just the future and she's just gonna get shot by Drow? Like, let's just keep our minds open.
Actually, hang on a second. I may want to retcon what she said. I take back. Sorry, you guys have a vision of her being suspicious, but she's not. She says, "Oh, how sweet! You don't need to do that," and that's where we'll end it.
Okay. That's
Okay.
a lot more innocent.
Interesting.
well-
Yeah.
Well, let's,
I mean, it does save us from a really tricky spot, because imagine the scenario where we have to, like, hog tie her in amongst all of her friends and family who we're meant to be
In front of her
protecting.
daughter.
Morale plummets.
Yeah, I apologize. I apologize for my poor improv. But having see, she yeah. Anyway,